Greetings, fellow travelers, and welcome to Roleplay Grab Bag. Welcome to the third installment of this Icewinder adventure. I am Sean Leonard, aka Chaotic Goof, and we're joined by some lovely players here today. I would love for them to introduce themselves and then their characters. Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley Morgan, and I am not Chaotic Goof. Just as a reminder again, I'm playing as Anjay Montague. She is a level 6 sorcerer. She has set on this journey to hopefully find her sister and find the secret as to why her sister took this journey. So it's a little bit. She's a halfling, and she's fun and courageous and passionate, and she's the best.
Excellent. And?
My name is Rachel. I am playing Candu Surefoot. I am a Furbolg fighter, and I am responsible for burning down the library, car, and the train. And I've come out on this journey hoping to help my family name. So it's but and even though we've done some great things so far, I think we're running out of time. I'm not sure we're going to make it back onto the train, and maybe all of the tales of my bravery won't make it back to my father and the rest of the people on that train.
There you go. And?
Hi, I'm Kim Wong. I play Tumbleweed, aka TT. I am a rogue gloople and a janitor, and I'm trying to avenge the death of my mentor, Dudu Pipi, who was basically like a father figure to me. Meanwhile, I found out that my actual father is Blitzkrieg, the politician on board, and I'm trying to, again, avenge and redeem, and we all fought a huge penguin bear thing and let him live.
Go.
Barely.
Indeed.
Hi everyone, Michael. I am playing Bob. He is a teacher. He is a wizard. He is a shadow elf.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of sickness, and he's lasting a lot longer than he suspected in this adventure. But he hasn't found what he's looking for. He's trying to find a way to fix things, but they might already be fixed, except for there's a dragon. So.
Indeed. And for a brief recap of the first two installments of this Icewinder adventure, our four young adults took off, leaving the train for the first time in a rite of passage, hoping to examine flora, fauna, perhaps retrieve samples, check for dragon sign to see if the dragon is still hunting these lands, Shan Schnakta, old snow, if that great white worm is still prowling the area. And they also were hoping to check out the frost rime, the arcane radiation that is providing some people with an illness, to see if they could find signs of it. All in an effort to see if the northern kingdoms of Tirna are livable yet, or if they ever will be. And they've done pretty well. They've crossed a lot of things off their list already. They have some great berries, so that's flora taken care of. They did knock out a peng bear and got some samples of blood and feathers from it, so that one's checked off as well. And with their rhymer counter, they were able to examine all of them had at least some frost rime radiation, and so did the train tracks, but thus far nothing else really has. And finally, in their search for both dragon sign and their search for Belge, who had in the previous ascent left and never returned, they started tracking what the previous four people, what they had done, what they had tried to do. The only surviving member of last year's ascent group, Fumer, or Fumnuk, had told you, just head up the mountain and then head west. That's what we did. You checked that out and it seemed to be a lie. So you had headed back down the mountain the exact opposite way, following tracks. And you were able to figure out Spark Johnson's ultimate fate and spoke with him using the Speak with Dead spell. You were able to speak with Terry using the Speak with Dead spell. And all of it pointed you in the direction of a cavern in the mountain. And you found near that cavern a body. The body of Belva Montajoy. although it didn't seem like a dragon had killed her. It looked more like a blade of some kind had slit her throat.
Oh.
And as we pick up from there, you have all just discovered this body. There's plenty of more things to see, but tell me what you would do in this moment.
I put my hand on Jay's shoulder.
I forgot to mention I'm a sorcerer and and healer on the train. Okay. I'm frozen. I am stricken with sadness. I'm overwhelmed with grief. I am not saying anything. I'm just frozen.
Okay.
Sorry, Aunt Jay.
Oh, can I observe and see if there are any similarities to what happened with my mentor? Or does it look...
You want to examine the wounds.
I want to examine the wound.
But I say wait first.
Okay.
And I go close to my sister's body. I'm crying and I'm whispering, saying halfling phrases, and just want to say a nice prayer over her body before we start
Okay.
to examine it. And also then, as I'm in tears, I also ask, before we break her body apart, should we ask questions first before we just...
I wasn't going to break her body, just so we're clear. I was just going to observe what happened, but...
Can I ask her first? I don't know if I want to be here as you observe her body.
Of course.
So once again, I do
The final usage.
my
of Speak
final
with Dead.
use, which I'm happy that it's going to my sister, reluctantly, but also with haste. I cast Speak with the Dead.
Okay. As this energy is expended, as this arcane power flows into this body, it fills with a semblance of life. Slowly, without moving any other part of their body, your sister's eyes do open. Ask me your questions.
I'm frozen.
MJ, it's your chance. You can find out what really happened.
Oh, actually,
What happened to you?
Dragon chased us. Got Spark. Got Terry. Fumer ran. I ran towards the cave. And you hear a snap. As if the body is trying to turn its head through the ice and frost, and as it does, it looks in the direction of the cavern and it says, I ran. I listened. I dove. Out of the way. It went in. Too small of an opening for it to get out. And it's trying to move its arm off of its chest. And it seems to be struggling. As if the magic is not intended to allow it to do such a thing. But something about the spirit within it is trying to do more. I stabbed it in the eye, and then the other, it bit me, but not too much. I pulled away, did everything I could, and I thought it was enough, and I found Fumer. And Fumer said we couldn't tell anyone what we had found and we'd be heroes. I said no. And I felt cold. Warm on my neck and then cold.
Asshole. He lied to us and he killed my sister.
What?
I don't even know what else to ask.
Ask what they found. Clearly there was something really important. Ask her if she remembers what they found.
Sister, do you remember what you found?
Trees, snow, hares, hiding, winter birds, Not many, but enough. Found the dragon. Wanted to end it. Wanted to go back. That seems to be their answer to that question.
So it sounds like she trapped the dragon inside the cave and blinded it, maybe? So maybe the dragon's still in the cave? I'm gonna tell who to fly into the cave.
Okay. Are you gonna stay here, being able to see and hear the speak with dead, or are you gonna?
I'm just gonna do my eyes
Okay.
and then still hear with
Okay. Flies into the cave.
Sister, these trees you speak of, were they inside the cave? Where did you find them? That's a comma.
They say saw small bushes further south, but saw mushrooms and trees in other caves.
I'm just completely overwhelmed with everything because I've not only is my sister telling me this information, and we've found out that it is you can live outside of. There's a lot of information happening.
Sounds like, especially with more evidence, it does sound like it would be possible to live out here. Difficult, for sure, but possible.
What else should I ask him? Ask her.
We don't think she killed the dragon, just that she blinded it.
It sounds like the dragon got caught inside of the cave.
Should I ask her 2 more questions? Or do we assume that that's what happened?
Did the dragon
And
get
this
stuck
was a
in
year ago as well, so who knows?
The dragon's still there. Yeah, doesn't really. It's a waste of a question.
Maybe we can ask her, did anything else affect the dragon?
What do you like? What do you mean? If anything, like what else? Like
Any of her
any tips and
her
tricks?
magic, anything. What if like did anything, any kind of magic or weapons affect this dragon?
They respond. Spark and Terry tried. No.
And Terry tried no.
Sounds like she's saying they attempted to use magic to fight it, but didn't make a dent.
One last question. Anyone have any other questions I can ask? Teacher?
You haven't seen anything in the caves yet?
It's pretty dark in there, but with the owl's keen vision, you think about 100 feet in, you're only looking, correct?
Only
Do you see a glint of white?
Mm-hmm.
Do you tell it to keep going in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay. It goes in further, and you see this only.
Trying to be. I tell it to try to be stealthy.
Oh, okay. Roll a stealth check for me.
Let's see what this owl is stealthy. Oh, nat 20. 23.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Wow.
Well,
Pretty
in
good.
that case,
Pretty good.
in that case, it can get close enough. You see, with this strange sense of scale being inside this owl's vision, you see what looks like a wall of ice. And then you realize it is simply white scales. And you see this huge, massive torso and a tail and wings pinned in this cavern. Imagine if this was the cavern, it probably Shanshnakta old snow probably went in with such force in a charge, it probably widened it a little and slipped into the mountain. So the tail and the wings are all back here. And its head, if you, with a nat fucking 20, tell it to look, you can see that it apparently attempted to bend its neck back to bite at whatever was attacking it. So if you look, eventually, you see a massive, completely milky-eyed face of a white dragon. It is in one eye milky white fully, and in the other there seems to be something stuck in its eye, and this eyeball is bigger than any one of them. It is a massive creature, and it is going with its nose and its tongue flicking in and out. It's going as if it's suddenly tasting some change, but it can't quite figure out what it is. And as your owl looks closer, you can see some tiny bones near its head, just on the ground, carcasses, perhaps of anything foolish enough to wander in here. You see that its ribs are somewhat visible. It surely isn't getting enough food. So it's probably losing body mass over time. And as the owl stealthily covers everything it can cover, sound, scent, the dragon shifts and strains, trying desperately to move, and it can't. For now. If you want to stay with the owl, you're going to need another stealth roll.
I'm gonna pocket it out.
Okay. It disapparates.
My last question, I just have to know, just for my own healing, is why did you come out here, sister?
I wanted to show you the world. And their arm snaps as it finally opens, and you can see a tooth. A massive dragon tooth that they presumably grabbed as proof a year ago.
I grabbed her hand.
As you reach down and grab the hand, there's a very slight pressure as the spell is starting to fade.
I grab her hand, and while I grab her hand is when I see the tooth, so I grab the tooth, put it in my bag. I'm crying as I'm saying goodbye to her and huffing and telling her thank you, and she's brave, and just having this last goodbye moment with my sister.
Yeah. Eventually the pressure of the hand fades as the spell does. And it's cold, but while you're holding it, it starts to warm up at least a little.
Let out a silent scream, and I'm just there.
I'm assuming that this is a baby tooth because you said its eye is bigger than our bodies.
The tooth is like this size on my body. So it's really big, but it was like her arm covering it. So it's probably this big.
So for me,
So not a front tooth.
it's pretty big because I'm only 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't put it in my pocket. Maybe I push it towards you.
Yeah.
Like I
You could backpack it, yeah.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah, I give it to you.
tie it to my
I
back.
push it over to my best friend.
I put my arm on Angie and just, or my hand on Angie and just be like, your sister's probably the bravest and most heroic person that I've ever read in any book.
She wipes her tears and says thank you.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. And I keep looking at the sky and how it's getting darker and darker. And I say, but we found the flora, the fauna. We found dragon sign. And we found your sister. Can we please go home? I think we can still make it to the train. I think we can still make it, you guys.
Did you want to check my sister's wounds, or do you think she told us enough?
I'm gonna check her wounds. I gotta check it. So I'm gonna check.
A medicine check will get you the best information.
Okay, medicine.
And a perception check will still get you some good info.
Can I help her?
Yeah, you can.
So you can
8. Oh. Okay, we've got 14.
14 medicine.
Yeah, medicine.
With a 14 medicine, this wound is 100% the thing that killed her. You can even see as you inspect it more, there's some like rudimentary bandaging has been done on some other wounds. Obviously now everything's frozen, right? So the blood probably froze the bandages onto them. But the neck wound, untreated, seems to have been a very quick death, which you could relay. But it was done with what appears to be a serrated blade, which is like a particularly unique thing. It would be used by somebody who's a little more of a how could I put it? A finesse combatant, not a like big burly person, right? It wasn't like a sword was used and like slashed into somebody. This is like sneaking up behind and cutting the throat.
Wow. Yeah, I do tell all.
And you've examined Dudupi's body before. Certainly seemed to have been a serrated blade that made those.
Oh!
I think whoever did this also killed my mentor. We have to find who owns a serrated blade. I think we should get back to the train too.
It's Filmer.
And I think you should roll investigation or history.
Okay.
And no one can help you on this, unfortunately.
Okay, then I'm gonna do investigation. And I've got 19. Oh, and 19, yeah.
With 19, you did everything you could to figure out what happened to your mentor back on the train, but there was no information. Everything that you in your head could think of for why someone would kill Dudupi was it was minimal. It's like there's not a good enough reason to kill them.
Yeah.
And now you think to yourself, so much of the clues that can tell you about a person, such as the tracks you didn't find when you went north and west. It's in the absence of something rather than the presence. So maybe there was a reason, but whatever it was destroyed or taken. Maybe something Dudupi was working on that you couldn't have learned about if the person who killed them was there to take it. As the sun sets, you've got about 2 hours left.
I've been inching. I keep looking back towards the place and I can't stop, but every time I adjust my step, I keep moving closer and closer back to
you
where we
think
are.
that you could, without even risking exhaustion, you think you could make it back to the train in an hour.
Yeah.
So it's completely up to you what you do with that quote-unquote free time.
I cast light again, just in case.
Sure.
Do you want to run your thing over my sister's body to see if she has any...
Oh, sure. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same.
Same radiation levels you would have found on
I'm
anyone.
going to try the tooth.
Smart.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just wondering if she's been out here longer, if maybe it starts to go away after time, but...
It's definitely less than what's in you guys.
Did you tell us about the dragon?
No.
Oh. Yeah. But I just something doesn't feel right.
You didn't tell him?
He didn't tell us.
So, should we go to the cave maybe and see if there's anyone alive in there?
Definitely not. So the full dragon is inside the cave. It looks like he's slowly starving, getting smaller. Perhaps over time he will be able to get out.
You guys, we have to go.
If we can destroy
If he
entrance.
if he stays in the cave, he could starve, right? And
If
just
he's
die in there.
Stuck in
But if he
there,
gets too small,
he might be able to get out.
And then he can attack the train again.
So
We
if
should make
there's
sure.
some way we could.
I have a bomb.
Wow.
If you're saying this out loud,
Yes, I am.
I suddenly remember and I reach in my pocket and I take out my scrub mommy and you're looking at me holding a sponge. And I say this will explode.
But what if it explodes and the dragon gets free?
Yeah, we gotta make sure it makes it harder, not easier for it to
Does-
get out.
My fear is that we leave the dragon here. My mom gets elected, which should be great. And then no one else can come out here, and then there's just a dragon
But
that
if
breaks free.
But if it breaks free, it could potentially ruin the entire mountain and the train on it.
I say we fight the dragon. This bitch took my sister.
It is mostly blind from what I can tell, but its head is facing our direction. So if we walk towards it,
We could, and I feel like we would get advantage because it's trapped. So,
Not wrong.
do you think about it? You've always wanted to save your name. Can you imagine going back to the train and telling them that you slayed the dragon? You would be a hero. They would forget about the stupid library.
that's true.
Okay. I'm so scared.
I'm holding Candy's hand. I'm like, you're the bravest woman I've ever met. I've watched you wash 1,000 dishes with your hands. And these hands are so strong. If anyone can do it, you can. Look how far you took us from the start.
Yeah.
And I go again.
And I maybe don't look like I'm convinced, but I keep repeating to myself, I can do it. I am brave. I can do this.
You can do this. Does inspired leader need to be cast? I can do that at any moment, right? Oh,
Oh.
I'm going to cast inspired leader.
So inspiring leader, the feat will provide everybody with some temporary hit points.
Oh.
It's
As long as you can, I think you've already started giving an inspiring leader
I did.
speech.
Yeah.
I can give to 6 friends and creatures. I'm going to give it to your owl as well. Does your owl have HP?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
1 HP.
Nice. So I start telling them how brave we all are, and no one thought we'd come back, and an unlikely group of people, cough, a sludge, a reject.
Did you
But I mean it hard. I mean like
Sludge?
A
You should feel pretty inspired right about now, huh?
illness.
a reject.
Just a cloud of symptoms.
And me, a goody two shoes brat. I mean that. These are the things that people have called us, and we have rised above the mediocrity people have placed on us. We have found every single thing out here, including the dragon. If anyone can do it, it's this unlikely group of random people that knew each other from a long time ago. We can do this together.
And
So
sorry.
go ahead. What do you say?
I can, because of her speech, imagine a shiny bust of myself made of gold standing on a podium in the burnt out library car, and a book lonely on the shelf, one of the first ones we've written again once we finally remember how to make paper. That is my autobiography. It's the beginning of the next history that we can write for the train.
Ooh.
And she's convinced me that this small chance at victory and redemption is worth it.
And I start brandishing the plunger of possibility and shining it, and remembering all the old words that my mentor told me.
And what do you remember, Bob? Your students. The one student I feel like that was telling me to come back to them. Okay. So your temporary hit points are, my level is 6. My charisma modifier is 11.
11.
You have a charisma of 20?
15.
Oh, you were looking at your save, probably.
You're right. Oh, sorry. My charisma is
So it's a total of 8 temporary hit points,
8. Yeah.
right?
6 plus 2. Yeah, 8.
Back to my maximum.
Hey, I doubled my hit points.
We need to go back.
And when you get attacked, your temporary hit points go first.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
So there should be a section for them.
So I'm sorry.
If I can just ask, is there anything Bob is thinking about while this speech happens? Is there anything that because you are the only one who's seen the dragon.
Yeah, he's a little worried. He's thinking we don't necessarily have to kill the dragon. But all of his other plans of trying to figure out a way to fix things, this makes the most sense of trying to fix things. If we do kill the dragon, everything is correct except for we have to deal with Fumer still. So he's just kind of like in his own world, just like spacing out, like trying to figure out, is this the right thing to do? I guess.
Well, for someone who's been so obsessed with studying the past, I think for the first time you start to think about the possibility of the future.
There is a possibility of a real future.
And right now is typically when you would take your medication, a potion of cold resistance each day.
Well, I was gonna suggest we should all drink our
I was gonna say
potions
that.
before going inside.
Yeah. All right.
Cause they be cold.
Cheers, you unlikely motherfuckers.
Jeez.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, we're really drinking.
Are we?
Yeah, we're perfectly safe to drink.
It's mouthwash.
It's minty.
You actually notice it's not minty.
It's not minty. I noticed, or
Shouldn't it be minty?
Anybody who would know, you would definitely know they're supposed to be minty. It just tastes like water.
I think they just gave us water.
Fumer. Fumer.
Femar.
We have to make sure we get him when we get back. When we defeat the
I
dragon.
want to try to use my wand of the educator to communicate to my mother.
Ooh.
Okay. Knowing that the train is still on its way down the mountain, this will be incredibly difficult.
Right.
So I would like you to roll an Arcana check.
Sure.
Right now the DC will be 20,
Okay.
but the DC can go down over time.
Arcana, I got 22.
So you can communicate with one car.
Okay, I'm gonna.
So you have to pick a car.
There
are residential cars.
Where does my mother generally hang out?
Right now, because it's the day of the election, it's very tough to know. She's probably whipping up support for Cora.
Where does the result happen?
The results, because they're timed to happen when everyone gets back from the ascent, would happen in jump car.
Oh, okay. So not that one then. I would do the hallway where they were like campaigning before.
Okay, yeah. Sounds good. So this will just be a public announcement to anyone who's in that car.
So it is the whole car.
Yeah, they communicate. I believe it says in the item. I tried to
Yeah,
get that it would be a car.
Oh, the train. Okay, I'm gonna do it in my classroom car.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say, students, if you hear me, we are alive and we have found
Sorry, that's cool.
fauna, flora, and the frost rhyme is only coming from the train. Do not tell Fumer or any of the other politicians except for my mother. Most likely, and Fumer is evil. Do not trust anything he says. That's all I say.
So as you point this wand and you use your arcane abilities, thinking about how distance and time are connected, you extend its power, forcing it further than it has ever communicated before. And you don't know what the result of this is. You can't see it.
Don't know if it went through, don't know if anyone was in there, but that's all I say.
Okay?
At this moment, TT nudges the teacher and says, "Hey, I stole this from you a couple years ago. You can have it back now." And it's like the rubber band from his classroom. Sorry.
You know what? You keep it.
Thanks. It means a lot. Just wanted to be honest with this.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You can do. This is probably the longest you've gone without looking at your book.
Yeah. I have been convinced by the speech, but I'm still terrified. I take out probably the only surviving book that I got from that train. It's called Boosting Your Elf-Esteem. And it's full of self-affirmations. But they don't really apply to me because they're about elves. So
Yeah.
it's like, don't worry, this is only a blip in your thousands-year lifespan.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm still repeating them to myself anyway.
Okay. Are there any other mechanical preparations that anyone would like to take? You can bring your owl back very easily. You can use the items that were given you. Some of them might have buffs or protections that you might want to expend, or you could be saving them.
Let me just check something.
I will bring my owl back now.
I'll use disguise self.
Lasts for an hour.
I'm kidding. I'm just like, when am I going to use that?
Well, you could always use it to look like somebody else on the train when you try and get back on.
Oh, that's true. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when we get back on?
So what?
I mean, I assume you're going to attempt to.
What's our plan?
Kill the dragon! Kill the dragon! Kill the femur! Kill the femur!
Right. Is there anything that we have that can hide our smell?
I'm looking.
You have a bunch of shit, right?
She has a bunch of shit in her
There's a
pockets.
bunch of shit in your pocket.
I've got a couple of things that I have collected that I brought with me. I don't know if they'll be of use.
You have also literal shit. Is what I
Oh.
think. Is that what you were suggesting for smell?
You said
I like
disguise
this
smell, and I can't think of
Small
anything.
clock that I found.
Okay.
That's cool.
I also have a hairpin. Let's see
Oh.
what else is in here. Well, I don't know what this thing is. Do you know, Teach?
I think that's a dead caterpillar.
I don't know where I got that. Just a little bit of doo-doo, too.
Don't worry, I know prestidigitation. I can clean us up if we get doo-doo.
What if I flung it in one direction? The dragon would look that way and not at us. As long as Candu scrubs me clean.
I can use
I think this is just a bomb.
I mean, in theory, it's also just a sponge as well. You could use it as a sponge.
Can I? Is that dangerous?
I mean, just don't throw it at her.
That's scary. Can I use haste on myself if I'm using my cloak?
You could cast haste on yourself and 2 other people when you cast it.
I'm going to use my cloak.
And if you want, I'll allow you to wait till you're like right as you're about to enter.
Perfect.
But
I
that
will-
is clocked. Yeah.
I'll use my cloak, so I'm going to cast haste on Mr. Sickman and my best friend.
I'm your best friend.
So that means that your target speed is doubled.
Oh, thank goodness. Well,
You-
back to 30.
You gain 2 points for your AC.
Hmm.
And
And a bonus, or not a bonus, an extra action that you can use to make a single attack.
you gain advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Whoa, for how long?
The duration of this is 1 minute.
Oh,
So it'll be right
Right
before you
before
guys
we go
head
in.
Got it.
in. Particularly useful haste, I'll say, for people who do make melee or ranged weapon attacks. Because you can't cast another spell with haste, unfortunately.
Yeah, so maybe those 2 would be better.
I can't cast another spell when I'm using haste.
No. What I'm saying is the action that haste gives you can only be used to make a single attack,
Oh, yes.
to dash or to disengage, and the attack isn't like a spell attack. It has to be an attack. So that might be more suitable to a character that attacks with melee or ranged weapons.
So I'll give haste to these 2.
Okay.
Maybe I won't take it myself then.
Oh, there's 3.
Well, whatever.
I know, but I'm
whatever.
wondering because I have spells. Like, would it?
You guys are both spellcasters, so it would be the same, basically.
Fuck it, I'll get it too.
Yeah, it's still good for AC and for other things. So
Yeah.
But I can't use my spells as an action when I go in there.
you can use them as your regular action,
Right.
but you just don't get an extra one to cast spells with. Haste only grants an action that can be used for an attack,
I see.
or to run as a dash, or to disengage.
Addition. So that for the additional action. What you're
Yes,
saying.
exactly.
I
I'm
can't
only
add-
talking about the hasted action.
Copy. I get it. Sorry. Okay.
All good. So you'll pop that once you get in there.
So do we think somehow that we can use the poop to make this smell?
Distraction.
It would make sense based on the behavior it was showing to the owl, right?
Mhm.
It was literally sniffing and tasting the air.
Mhm.
Theoretically, that would work. Once you start attacking it, of course, but all bets are off. Who knows what it would do in reaction to that?
Yeah.
Before we go in, can I also? I'm going to use all my things.
Sure.
I'm going to use Expeditious Retreat as
Okay.
well. I put on my little moccasins of the messenger. I thank the messenger.
Mhm.
And
And that will last 10 minutes.
Correct. So I put again. I'm doing all this stuff right before we go into the cave. So there's can move in another credible pace, and you cast a spell. I'm gonna give this one to Bob,
Okay.
myself, and can do.
What do I
Okay. So expeditious retreat. So now you can all bonus action dash. It's very clever because Tumbleweed can already bonus action
Yeah.
dash
Yes.
as being a thief rogue.
Exactly.
So everyone can bonus action dash. I believe your speed,
Mine was cut in half because I lost the weather check.
but now you can move
30
30
feet
feet
per
with your
second.
movement and 30 feet
Until
with a bonus
dash.
action.
Yes.
Right.
Because I gave the double, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking I could pseudopod, and the pseudopod will be holding the shit.
So you got at least another 10 feet.
At least a little bit more.
I get you. I get you.
I could have my altitude if that would be easier. But...
That would make more sense, huh? Okay, I hand over the poo.
I'm gonna try to put
So
it.
who gets who?
I'm gonna try to put it in something like a little thing that it can like hold. It's the who can hold it.
Who holds who?
Yeah. Who holds the poo?
Who holds?
Yeah. Who holds the poo?
Okay. Who's number 2?
Who holds number 2?
Who's who?
So that if
Third
it releases, if it releases its talent. So.
Okay. As you are setting that up, I'll remind you as well about your shield that you can have levitating around you. That does have Armor of Agathis once per day. That will replace the 10 HP you got, but they're more. It's 25.
Okay.
Right.
Nice.
I got all my stuff.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean that. Otherwise, that'd just be an action, right? To cast it. Yeah. So I'll just leave what we got ongoing right now.
Okay.
And Tumbleweed is like doing this to Candu, like, wash my hands, please.
Okay.
I use prestidigitation and I just clean her hands because Candace like
Oh my god,
first.
thank you so much.
Yes, good. These are the people.
Yeah.
These are the people to fight a dragon.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel this burst of braveness and courageousness that I've never felt before, ever seeing my sister and feeling her hand, and I'm ready to take on Terminator mode, craziness
Yeah.
dragon, and beat up Durbin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Can I, as you guys are now officially, as you are heading into this, there's 2 hours left
Oh.
before the train comes, so I need another Constitution save from everybody.
I'm casting
Shoot.
casting light.
Even with
There's
the-
nothing I
the
can do to
fire going.
help with this, I think.
10.
Anything I can do.
Ooh.
Oh no. Hold on.
0.
You pass.
He passes.
Yeah.
17. Wait, what is it? What is my technique? Constitution?
Constitution.
17.
You pass.
Thank God.
So you still have 1.
Yeah, my previous weather failure, which gave me the cut in half speed, I think was
I
punishment.
That was so for exhaustion, which is just a time.
I
thing.
did not get exhaustion
Oh, okay, got it.
because I used.
got
Oh
my
yes,
action.
nobody got exhaustion before.
No, because
Yes,
we saved
yes,
it.
Yes.
I got 7.
Got a 7. Now all of your ability checks have disadvantage.
I'm gonna.
9.
Did I pass?
That's
You got a 10.
brutal.
You technically pass. Because of the bonfire, I did reduce the DC because you guys have said it like 4 times. We do 2 bonfires. We do another 2 bonfires.
I'm gonna, as she fails, I'm gonna try to like make the time go back a little bit to see if she can pass again.
Whoa.
Ooh.
What?
It's pretty baller ability.
Can I roll again?
Oh.
How does it work?
Chrono shift. So, you start, and then I go like this, and you, and then you're gonna try again.
Is it just a bubble around her? That's
It's just like,
reversing?
yeah, just.
I'm so confused. Oh! The universe is deterministic.
Did she have to take the second one?
Yeah.
What was it?
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Nice. Okay. Hey,
Tried.
you did your best.
That's right.
That was really cool.
So you have disadvantage on ability checks. It doesn't do anything to your speed, thankfully.
But I have advantage on my dexterity though.
Saving throws.
Right.
So the other one is just for ability.
So all my
checks.
abilities are
Like stealth, history, perception, that kind of stuff.
okay. Initiative.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Can I ask as well, before we get into it, what weapon plunged into one of the eyes of Shan Shnakta? Your sister's weapon. What did she wield?
Ooh. Short dagger.
Dagger?
Short dagger. Yeah.
Okay. So you would have seen like a handle sticking out.
Wait.
The pommel. Yes.
I'm gonna use my lucky.
Oh, nice. You have lucky.
I love it.
Well, that's for when you roll a natural 1.
Oh,
As a half.
not the feet.
I'm not gonna use my lucky.
You did roll a bunch of natural 1s earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
The first rolls
one.
you did, right, were natural 1s.
I deleted
On the
one
train.
crit fail.
There is at least one.
Oh,
I think.
only 1. All right.
I gotta get my shit together.
Okay. Anybody else? You got a 10, you got a big number, you got a 0?
Yeah.
You still pass.
Let me just check again. How did
Okay.
you pass? Let me just check one more time to make sure.
As I am.
I'm like, but there's nothing that I can't use. I already used Favored by the Gods, Dag Nabbit to save you. And,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is favored by the gods, is that just once?
I think it's once per long rest. But let me just check.
I'll check.
Yeah. Let me use this. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest.
Gotcha. Okay. Everybody ready?
No,
Right.
I was afraid.
Yes.
I look around at everybody hoping somebody has one more thing to do, and then we can delay this a few more seconds. But everyone looks like they're done.
Okay. So as you approach, you're getting ready to pop all of these abilities from the mantle of the messenger and the moccasins of the messenger, which you used to wear as part of your job.
I noticed that. I don't know how they shrunk them.
One size fits all.
Magically,
Magic.
they do conform to
Right,
the
right.
size of the wearer.
But I was like, I deserve for my things to be given away to other people.
That makes sense.
This is just.
Okay. As you get ready to enact all of these limited time usage abilities, please describe the owl poop plan. How are you gonna pull this off? You know it's about 60 feet in.
That.
The dragon.
Oh, it's only 60 feet in.
Yeah.
Fuck. How big is the? How wide is the cave?
Wide. So it's getting narrower as you get in deeper. So at the mouth of it, I'll say at the mouth of it, it's like 40 feet, maybe more.
Okay,
We getting hit.
this has a 60-foot range, or it says 60 feet damage, 8d6 bubbles, 20-foot radius. We can try
If you want to throw a bomb in the mountain, you can.
to throw,
And just try to make this collapse, kind of thing.
make it collapse, or just get a really good hit in before we run in there ourselves. I don't know if that's a little,
Or
a
is-
little bit
or
of
is
shock
that-
and awe, or
Yeah.
or if we want to try to sneak in.
You saw it. Do you think that would work? Teach.
It might hurt it.
If you'd like, you can roll a nature or arcana check to learn more about this dragon.
Arcana, 100%.
I also cast light again just in case it gets dark in
Nice.
here.
8 plus 7, 15.
15. You don't know everything about dragons, but what you do know is, while this is supposed to be an ancient white, it's been in here for a year, eating almost nothing. It will not be as strong as it would have been, and it is blind. And if there was ever a situation where you and your friends could kill a dragon, it is this one.
It's true.
What's true?
We have a shot.
I think we should take it.
I think
gotta
I cast light. Can I just search for traps before we do this in case we fall into something?
Sure, go ahead and roll perception.
Ooh.
17.
You see no sign of anything man-made or magical in terms of a trap.
Okay.
It's clever because there are dragons that are spellcasters or are more
Correct.
sentient, right? More
Correct.
personable, not the word. You know what I mean? White dragons, at least this white dragon, nothing has been said about it that describes it as anything other than a vicious, hungry monster.
Copy. I
I'm
say
not-
we blow the bitch up.
I'm gonna cast mirror image right before we go on.
Okay.
What are you casting?
Mirror image.
Okay. So is it a owl plan and then everybody fires, or is it a stealth plan and then other things?
I feel like we go in stealth while the owl goes in on the opposite side with the owl plan, and then we attack.
From the other side.
Yeah, both.
Do you want to bomb first?
It's simultaneous.
I think the bomb is when we're all attacking. it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't
But
know
the,
the rules
after the
about
owl.
if you have to choose.
After the owl.
Okay.
Well, the way it'll work is you're attempting to get surprise on it,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
So if you want to do stealth, technically it's blind, so you can also keep the light.
Yeah.
Right? It's a unique situation.
Correct.
Your stealth here is more about
Sound.
making
Sound.
noise
And
Scent.
smell.
and smell,
Yeah.
which you have a plan for the smell. So in terms of sound, I would like everyone to roll stealth.
Oh, I have disadvantage.
Yikes.
6.
Oh!
No.
It was a critical fail,
Nat one.
but it's technically 8.
13.
Yeah, nat 1. Oh my god.
15. Wow, I'm the stealthiest.
You're the
thing.
stealthiest. 15 is the stealthiest. 13.
Can I say what I think happens?
Yes, please.
Okay, I think I'm holding the bomb in one hand and then my shield, and I'm also trying to hold my sword and my bow. And so I'm like really clanking a whole lot. Trying to hold all of my weapons.
So you get 10 feet in. 20 feet. Your eyes are adjusting. Anyone with dark vision, it's starting to kick in as you change from the bright white light of this darker, at least, cavern. 30 feet. You think you can start to see white scales. You think you can hear a tail moving about. 40 feet. What is the owl doing?
The owl's going to like, if we're on this side of the cave, it's going to this
Sure.
side of the cave, and just like trying to like get as close to it as possible with the poop.
And the poop is in a container, you said.
It's like in a bag.
Oh, okay, so it's open.
Yeah.
I
it's-
understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
You can smell.
Awesome.
You
fabric.
can
I
We all
get
can
you.
smell them.
Yeah,
Okay.
we all smell it.
Okay.
I still have light, right? So we can
Yeah,
see. Okay.
you guys can see pretty well. It's just the light only goes so far, right?
Correct.
So, and it's such a big creature that you can't see
Correct.
all of it at once, right? Okay. Because of the noise, the movement of a tail that you believe you heard stops. As the owl flaps its way in. I guess actually, one of you can roll a die. And if it's odd, it will go for the smell, and if it's even, it will go for the sound.
I'll do it.
Odd for the owl.
Do we have an odd die? I don't think so.
7.
Oh!
Oh.
Odd.
It's my lucky number too.
Nice.
It's like a 20-something. With a thunderous, given the size of its head. Like we're thinking bigger than the T-Rex from the Jurassic Park and or World films. There is this thunderous as it completely consumes the owl, fecal matter and all.
Ew.
It is instantly shredded. This creature is starving. And then it starts to...
He's eating him?
Oh yeah, it's gone. It's destroyed.
It would just only be eating poop at this point.
It's a magical thing. So once it's killed, it kind of
Okay.
disapparates into ether. So as it is
Eating the poop.
as it is being deprived of this meal, the tail starts to swish back and forth again, and you can see it like very near you. You have very limited time to act. You are within 30 feet of this creature. All of your spells have been cast. All of your abilities are ready. You have not gotten surprise because you failed the stealth roll. So we are simply going to enter initiative. It thinks that it has taken out the source of the thing in the way, but you're not quiet enough to make it think it's alone.
Ooh, fuck me. Sorry.
Yep.
16.
2.
19.
Did you roll with disadvantage on your
I
initiative?
did, because my higher number was 15.
Yeah.
And then we go after the dragon. Sick.
That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go from high numbers to small numbers. 25 to 20. Anybody? Anybody with an initiative of 20 to 15?
19.
19 for can do.
More like can did, am I right?
20 to 15. 15 to 10.
16.
16 for tumbleweed. Okay. Next.
8.
8. 8 for Bob.
It's with a +6.
Miss Montague.
2.
2. J. 2. Okay. Can do will be going first.
Okay.
You have an action, a bonus action, and movement. You are empowered with both haste, which will give you a hasted action to do an attack, and with expeditious retreat. So you can move a lot.
Right.
What's the radius we can move? What's the radius in which we can move around?
So,
this thing?
oh, you can't get past it.
Right.
It is fully clogged up, this thing, with both its
We're
body,
just
wings.
facing it head on.
You're kind of facing the back of it, and it's your sister somehow managed to get it to care enough about the damage she was doing that it has turned its head, and the head is also stuck. Imagine being like this for a year,
So we can only move, it's neck pain, it's got to be really sore. So we can only move forward and backwards, really.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said I have an action and a bonus action. I have this thing, this extra attack. That's part of my
That's
action.
part of an attack action, yes.
So I can do 2 attacks and then a bonus action and move.
And a hasted action.
And I was so
You can do
So
3
you could have
attacks.
3 attacks,
I can have
essentially.
3 attacks.
Yeah.
okay. So I was shivering and clanking, trying to be quiet and move down, and then the dragon snaps up the bird, and I yelp. I'm so shocked, and I just move into action so fast, and I throw my sponge first, and I think I can probably convince you, DM, that this target is particularly dirty, gross, and or nasty, because
It
they
hasn't showered in a year.
they probably like dogs.
They have shit in his
lick to clean themselves.
Shit in his mouth.
You.
You did make the dragon eat shit.
did.
He does.
That's fair.
He has shit in his mouth.
That's
He
fair.
hasn't bathed in a year.
What kind of saving throw do they have to make?
Oh, sorry. 60 feet damage, 86 bubbles, spell save DC based on dexterity and proficiency bonus.
So I must have forgotten to write what kind of saving throw they make.
That it says spell save DC based on dexterity and proficiency bonus.
So that was to calculate the
You
DC
didn't
of
make
the save.
that's not
It
right.
would have been dexterity because it's
Okay.
based on fireball. The dragon immediately failed it.
Oh, okay.
It cannot roll dexterity saving throws. It
Nice.
is trapped.
Perfect. Great. to know.
Please roll 8d6 damage. It will take all of it.
Sorry.
I,
Okay.
The D6, right?
Oh, D6,
I
D6.
have a bunch.
I was gonna say
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7, and
You
I'll
just roll
just
one
roll
again.
twice.
Nice.
Yeah.
nice.
This is much
There
better.
we go.
I
Bubble
got you.
damage.
2, 7, 13, 16, 22.
You will
And one more. I like this one. Sorry. 24.
24 damage. The first blood blow is struck.
And I get.
So I believe that's written to be.
Oh, disadvantage on the save. That's what it was.
Does it say as part of an attack action? That.
Whenever you're washing dishes, you were resistant to such an attack. Okay, wait. Throw it as part of an attack
So
action.
you're good. You have 2 more attacks available. You can switch to one of your weapons with an object interaction. As that explosion of suds and bubbles goes off, full on commercial for Tide Pod,
Okay.
dishwashers, etc. As these bubbles explode, there's like a kinetic force to it as well, and the dragon. It knows. It knows there is something here. It knows you are trying to kill it, and it starts to thrash.
How far away am I?
I would presume you guys are 30 feet away
Okay.
based on your stealth.
I'm gonna
rolls.
stay out of range for now, and I'm going to use I'm gonna shoot 2 dirty forks, my last 2 dirty forks.
Okay.
And those will be my 2 attacks.
Okay.
So I rolled. Should we do one at a time?
You could do both, but whatever you'd like to do.
Okay.
If you need my dice,
Oh, may I have a D20, please?
I'm gonna
Let me
let you
see.
pick.
Oh, thanks. I like this. Gold and silver.
Okay.
16 and a 9. Oops.
Is that including your bonus?
Oh, shoot. Plus 7. So I have a 23 and a 16.
They both hit.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, usually an ancient white dragon has an AC of 20. This has been reduced because it is trapped in a mountain.
And I'm going to do a D8 plus 4 for the first one. So that's 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then a D. Oh, wait.
And then an
addition
additional-
of D6 poison damage.
Yeah, so 7 plus
7 plus 2. 9.
9 damage for the first.
And then 9 plus 5 is 14. And I already forgot the first
I
number.
already did it.
Okay.
14, you said?
Yes.
These forks are doing damage.
Nice.
There's like a little misting, a caustic kind of as the forks, the dirty ones, sink into the creature, magically enchanted as they are by the fork bow. I believe that is all of your attacks. You have a bonus action that you could use to move away if you would like to.
I can use a maneuver on top of one of my attacks, right?
You could use maneuvers on both of those fork attacks if you
I'm
really
going to
wanted
use
to.
one maneuver. I'm going to use goading so that
To try and get the
It will
dragon to
only
focus its attacks
focus
on you.
on me, and I'm going to try to stay farther away. So I'm going to do goading, which costs me another superiority die.
So roll an,
Bless you.
roll an
So
extra
that's a
D8 of
D8.
damage.
Uh,
The
Bless
diamond.
you.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
and that's a wisdom save for the enemy.
Got you.
DC 15. Okay, and then I roll D8. Sorry.
No.
I have a 5.
Okay, I'll add the 5 damage. What? Did we figure out what your DC was for these?
Sorry, it says wisdom save for enemy, and for me, and then it says DC 15. That's what I have written down. And then it says disadvantage on attacking team.
Yeah. I rolled a 5 on the die. It
Okay.
has a big bonus. Unaffected by being trapped in a mountain. Should easily pass, but doesn't.
Oh, okay.
So now it will focus on you.
Okay.
Wow.
And I say, over here.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. And then any movement or any bonus action from you?
Yes, I start running away, but bravely to distract, to draw fire.
Because of expeditious retreat, it will be very easy for you to zip out of the mountain and back in.
Okay.
However, its tail does have reach.
Okay.
How
I didn't
close,
know that at the time.
How close
so I
did you
had already
get?
started running. I was 30 feet away, I believe, when I was doing all that.
Never mind. Okay. You're just out of range.
Okay.
So nothing happens. You dart out of there.
And then I think for the rest of the round, you can hear me faintly trying to come up with insults and yell them at
Okay.
the background.
Very, very nice. Next up is Tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed looks at Candu and is like, she's such a brave woman.
She
You
does
say that out loud?
Yeah, I say it out loud.
That's distracting.
And Jay goes.
And then I take the plunder of possibility,
Okay.
which I have wrapped around a rope, and I'm gonna use as a dart
So you want to throw the plunger at it?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So as a melee weapon, this is like throwing a rapier, but it's a plunger, so even less aerodynamic. I will give you disadvantage if you do this.
Oh no. Okay. And I look at the guys and they're like, "Don't do it." So I'm like,
Don't do it.
You're like 1 second.
Hold on, wait for me. And then okay, I'll get up to the dragon. I'll get up to the
Okay.
dragon.
Are you gonna try and attack like tail, chest, going right up to the head? Like, is there a particular area you head towards? It's big enough that you can make these choices.
Yeah, I think I'm heading towards the body section,
Okay.
the
Yeah, yeah.
midsection. Because I
Sounds
think
good.
like that must be where the heart is.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. Okay, you run up to that. I will say because of the situation, usually you get sneak attack when you have advantage, or when there is someone in melee with it. One
Is
of
it
your allies.
blind? Would she have advantage? On
That's
the
what I
Because it's
think.
on the side
Well,
of the blind eye.
They have blind sight up to a certain range. So unfortunately, no. So you won't be able to get sneak attack on this, unfortunately, unless you were to wait and hope someone else goes into melee.
Well, I still have a bonus action.
You also have a hasted action, right? Aren't you? One
I
of
have
the
a
people?
hasted
So
action.
you would have 2 attacks.
Yeah. All right. This one?
Yeah, that stealth roll would have helped you out a lot if you guys were able to pull it off.
8 plus 8, 16.
You're kidding. It's a 16.
It's a 16.
You hit.
Ho 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 ho.
You also rolled a 16.
Oh,
Oh.
Its AC is 16. I'm just gonna tell you its AC is 16. I took off 4 for mountain.
Nice. Plus 1.
So 7 plus 5 is 12.
12 damage for the first.
And you
Okay,
can
okay.
attack again with your haste.
Wow.
We're doing great.
16 plus 8. Yeah,
So
definitely hit.
24.
24.
Yeah, its AC is 16. You guys can stop making fun of me.
No, sorry. I didn't do anything.
I didn't see what it was. What
Okay.
was it?
It was a 5. It was 5.
If it was a 20, would you have taken it?
What's the damage?
Oh,
Yeah, so it's
I
the
don't
damage
care then.
plus 5, so 10.
Awesome. Easy
Not
round
bad.
number.
Not bad.
You have a bonus action.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bonus action like further away.
Are you? Which one?
Huh?
Which bonus action?
It's what's the one where I can run away? That one?
Disengage?
Disengage, yeah.
Fine. Okay, you disengage. Nothing bad happens. How far back do you move?
How far back can I go?
Well, you're hasted, right?
Yeah.
Has your speed been reduced in any way?
It has 15 feet.
But you're hasted, so it's back up to 30.
Okay,
So you can move 30 feet.
I'll do that.
Okay. You've moved 30 feet. Very nice. Nothing bad happens.
I'm doing this to my blender.
Okay. I can't believe I also rolled so badly. Bob, it is your turn.
Wow.
I know, by 2.
Okay, so she's out of the cave.
Yeah, I don't know how far out am I?
Well,
How far away from the dragon? Or
your speed was reduced, but you also had a bonus action expeditious.
Oh yeah, so I'm,
Awesome.
so I'm probably 60 feet away.
And gave her
Well,
haste.
you were already 30 feet away. So I'll say to be able to still see it,
Oh.
the most you could do would be 60
okay.
feet away.
Makes sense.
Okay. I'm gonna fireball.
You're gonna fireball?
Yeah.
You
Got a
son of a bitch.
Got a fireball.
You know it automatically fails the dexterity
Yeah.
saving throw.
Yeah. Can't move.
Because it's trapped in a mountain.
Ooh, 15.
Oh,
15 plus 9 is 24 plus 3, 27. Plus 5, 32.
32? I
Point.
mean, 32. Great.
32.
Great.
sounds good to me.
And then. So. And she's 30 feet back like I am.
Yes. So no one would have been caught in that. Everybody's safe.
I'm gonna use my Blessing of the Raven Queen to teleport 15 feet back
As a bonus.
as a bonus.
And that's not a spell, so you can do it.
Yep.
You are now 45 feet away.
Yeah. So then I'm like 15.
I understand.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, and that also gives me resistance to all damage until the end of in the beginning of my next turn.
Whoa, all damage.
Wow.
Does resistance mean you just don't get
Half.
any?
Half.
Half.
Immunity would be like the Icewinder train is immune to cold damage.
Okay, cool. Got it.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
That is in the end of my turn.
It is now the dragon's turn. All of its legendary actions refresh. Not that that matters. It is enraged.
Oh, God.
You have taken half of its health already.
Whoa.
Yeah, if it was free, you'd all be dead.
Yep.
100%, but it's not. You have taken so much of its health that it is going to Use its breath weapon immediately
Makes sense.
on all of you.
Yep.
Has a range of 90 feet as a cone.
90 feet. Wow.
Brutal.
You remember Spark Johnson. You remember how frozen looking like a statue he was. So here's what's going to happen. It is lower again because it's malnourished and hasn't been able to move or eat in a year. So the DC is lower. But I'm going to need everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Shoot.
You still take half even if you succeed.
And I'm not at disadvantage for this, right?
No, saves you're fine.
I'm also doing absorb elements on everybody.
So he's doing
Or
absorb
frost.
elements. So your Icewinder shield starts to cycle up and whir even faster around you, and he casts as a reaction absorb elements. Everyone's resistant
Oh.
to this cold damage.
Whoa.
14.
6.
That's a failure.
Yeah.
8.
That's a failure.
5 is also a failure.
It's a failure. What was the other one?
14.
14. Still a failure.
Shoot.
Okay. So everyone's gonna take 12d6 cold damage.
Well, half.
Half of. Thank you.
Everyone has resistance. You
Yeah.
can't stack resistance though.
You can't?
I believe you can only be resistant to something. Did you just give me the, well, I know that's true, but I'll pretend I don't know. This guy. You can't be double resistant.
This thing specifically says resistance to all damage.
Yeah, you're resistant to cold damage.
Alright.
Sorry, he's resistant to.
Can we just get half the damage?
So whatever I roll, if you had made your saves, it'd be half. And you unfortunately didn't, but it'll still be halved because of Mike.
Because
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Well, Michael's gonna be
3, 4,
unconscious,
5,
so.
6.
Bob's gonna be unconscious. Michael's fine.
10.
Bob's gonna be unconscious.
You got temporary hit points. Right?
16,
Oh, that's good. Okay.
19. Uh, 21, 23, 24, 35 damage.
Oh no.
So as you take half of
Thank
35
God.
damage,
Oh, okay. Do we round up or round down?
you round down in D&D, so you'll all be taking 17 cold damage.
Okay. So my temporary hit points go first.
As this ice consumes you, as this frost, this crystallization of the disease that's been chasing you for years, trying to claim your life, trying to steal your every breath, as it gets so cold that the moisture in the air that you were trying to breathe freezes, you are completely encased in frost rime. Your skin loses all coloration. Michael, you know the rules of Dungeons and Dragons very well. When you take double your maximum hit points of damage, do you know what happens?
Normally you die, but went through the temporary damage first. And then it wasn't double with the rest.
Technically, there is an interpretation
Okay.
where you would die right now,
I just put it in. It says I did.
but I want you to read this instead.
Wow.
Alright. Frost Rime Evolution. After years of having the Frost Rime suppressed by potions of cold resistance, you finally know the truth. Cold damage heals you and you're immune to natural magical effects of ice, snow, and cold weather. Your constitution score triples when not suppressed by cold resistance. Oh.
Frost
Can
rime.
you tell us that?
Well, what happens is, as you're encased in this ice, it fades and sinks into your skin. And you are covered in a kind of frost rime, but it doesn't hurt you. It rejuvenates you, and your constitution score goes from 4 to 12.
Oh, wow.
Your constitution score triples because you haven't been taking a potion of cold resistance like you have done every day since you got sick.
That's true.
Everyone assumed that frost rime was a curse. And now you know it's a gift.
Do we all get the constitution up or just him?
None of you were sick.
Oh.
We also didn't know he had frost rime, right?
He would
Well,
hide
he
it
was
as best he
hiding.
Yeah.
could,
He was
but
sick.
you knew he was sickly. But in this moment, it's strange. It's, if anything, what you would see in front of you, it would feel like a real evolution. If anything, it's an ice elf.
And the dragon did this.
The dragon's breath hurt all of you.
Yeah.
No damage.
No damage.
Whoa.
Damage of any kind. You're immune. Cold cannot hurt you.
Wow.
It was the
Wow.
Just like
medicine.
Elsa.
Cold never
I'm
bothered
medicine.
me anyway.
This is amazing.
As if you needed help,
To
you guys are
see
wrecking
it.
this thing. Okay, that is the white dragon's action.
Breakthrough.
Okay, I would like you did the fireball and you did the bubbles. One of you
Yeah.
guys roll a saving throw for the mountain.
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
Is that? I'm not. I'm just gonna. If you don't tell me, I'm just gonna. Is this
What number did you roll?
7?
A 7. You hear a lot of rumbling in the mountain. Rocks start to slowly shift near you, and it seems to be shuddering and shaking, like the train on a bad day. When you're rounding a bend at high speeds, the mountain starts to shudder and shake, and you're outside of it. You can see snow at the very top of the mountain,
I don't know if they
Headed.
hear me, but I go, "You guys."
and it seems to be headed in your direction rather than the other side, which is where you assume the worst effect would have been, right? Because the snow is mostly the other side of the mountain right now.
But it's coming this way.
What little there is coming this way.
Okay.
Of course, little for a mountain is still a lot. Okay, that was the mountain. And Jay.
Oh, sorry. So I just want to reiterate. I'll get 3 actions and 1 bonus action.
You get 1 action, and you get 1 hasted action,
But
and a
my,
bonus action.
my hasted action cannot be an action.
It,
Spell.
it can't be a spell, unfortunately. Only an attack, a dash, or a disengage. I'd also allow you to do something that was like mundane, right? Like trying to get something, or like an object interaction or something like that.
Okay. I'm going. Okay, I'm going to.
Did you see anything other than you guys?
No.
Okay.
It's on my turn because so I didn't want.
I'm going to. Okay, so I'm going to say all of this so it makes sense.
Okay?
I'm going to use Quicken Spell.
Okay.
So I'm going to use 2 of my sorcery points.
To cast a spell as
So
a
I have
bonus.
2 actions basically.
Yeah, you can cast a spell as a bonus. Now,
Correct.
bear in mind, you can only cast 1 level spell in a turn. So the other spell would be a cantrip.
Say what?
There's a very frustratingly written rule in Dungeons and Dragons that you can only cast 1 level spell, so first, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc., in a turn. Yeah. So you can quicken a cantrip as an example and do another spell, but it would have to be a cantrip and a
I thought
regular
Quicken
spell.
spell was the only thing that allowed.
That's action surge.
Oh, is it action?
Oh,
surge?
I love action shit.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
had that once.
Damn, that
Yeah.
really.
If people disagree with me and would like to defend Ashley, get in the comments.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use magic missile then.
What level? First, second, or third? You can upcast it. You get an additional missile for every level you upcast it.
6.
So third level?
Yeah.
Okay, so third level would be an additional missile for second and an additional missile for third. So 5d4 plus 5 is what you would do. Here we go.
Push me up.
Definitely bringing more dice next time.
Oh, I can give you more dice.
No,
I
no,
meant
no.
to do so.
I know now.
I don't know if I want. Okay. Okay. So 4,
Mm-hmm.
8,
Mm-hmm.
11, 12, 17. Ooh. Actually, I'm going to not use. Can I not use Quicken Spell then? Since I thought I could use.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm going to use Empowered Spell instead and re-roll one of my damage dice.
Sure. You can roll multiple if you would like.
Roll for damage. You can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll damage dice up to Charisma modifier +2.
So you could reroll 2 damage dice if you'd like.
Yeah. So that's only 1 sorcery.
Mhm.
Okay, it's more. So it's 10, 14, 19 points of damage.
Nice. Okay. the missiles all impact one after another as this dragon is lashing its head back and forth, trying to hit whatever's assaulting it, but it makes no contact.
Actually, just for shits and gigs, I am gonna use I'm gonna use my cooking spell for my cantrip. I'm gonna just use Mage Hand and just try to pet the dragon. Let it calm it down.
Because it's raging,
As you start petting this ancient dragon,
Bad. Even though you try to kill my sister, it does look a little feeble.
as you start to pet the dragon, everywhere you touch it with the mage hand, it lashes its head up as if it thinks there's a creature touching it.
Great.
The dagger, your sister's dagger that's in the eye, starts to like wiggle a little bit as it's thrashing harder than it has before.
Okay, and then I can disengage without. What hit me now? Is it gonna get a attack of opportunity?
You're 30 feet away, and everyone else seems to be fine moving from 30 feet away. So you're good.
It's no attack of opportunity. Okay, I'm going to just disengage.
Okay. You move back a little bit, like 10 feet, 20 feet.
How
far back?
Where?
At 50 feet away, you start to lose sight of the creature. Is the problem?
30 feet away.
Okay. All good.
Okay.
That's going to be the end of the round.
Mm-hmm.
Top of the round will start with can do, so it's up to you.
Okay, so I have attack and extra attack.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that Anji cast on us is that's still there, the 30 feet and
The
dexterity
expeditious.
advantage.
The expeditious.
Well, we had expeditious bonus
and
action
haste.
dash.
You do still have hasted action.
Still have hasted act. So that one says additional action, and then expeditious haste has bonus action dash. What are those?
That just means you can move as a bonus action, which people usually can't
For
do.
expeditious.
Question.
And your speed's doubled from haste, so it'll be further.
Her AC is 18.
Mhm.
Your attack wouldn't have hit her, right? Because yours is 16, I thought.
No, that was the dragon's AC. It wasn't making any attacks. It was just breathing its breath
I
weapons
see.
so
Yeah,
far.
like-
So you can do an attack
Yeah,
action, which will give you two
that's my
attacks.
regular one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can also attack once more as part of haste.
As part of haste. And the expeditious is movement.
It's just movement, yeah.
And then I get, what is a bonus action? When do you get those? That's just a special.
Every round you have one bonus action.
But that's not an attack. It has to be something else.
Correct. Most people use bonus actions for things like class features. Like for you, Second Wind is a class feature. That's a bonus action.
Okay. Sorry.
That would heal you a little.
3, and then second wind I could use. And then I could use a maneuver on top of that.
A maneuver goes on your attacks, so you could use a maneuver for every attack if you had enough dice.
I can but I only have 2 superiority dice left.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can also move in between any one of these.
Yeah,
And because I have expedition, no, I would have to spend a bonus action.
exactly.
And then how does talking work? How can I talk to people?
Essentially, I just tell people to keep it brief.
Keep it brief.
Yeah.
All right. I say, before I move, I say, you guys, this mountain might be coming down around us pretty soon.
Okay.
Okay, and then I run. What is my range for shooting arrows?
As long as you're in the cavern about 40 feet away, you can see it, so you can shoot.
40 feet away. Okay, so I have to move 20 feet back in.
Mhm.
Okay, so I run 20 feet back in.
Great.
That's my regular because
It's
with
just regular
haste, I
movement.
have
Yeah.
30 feet. Okay, and then I'm going to shoot. The target doesn't have any speed, right?
Right now it doesn't.
It's not moving, so I'm not going to waste my. Okay, so I'm going to shoot 2 regular arrows from where I am.
You can even do 3 with haste.
I can do 3 with haste.
Because your regular attack is
And
2 attacks.
But I could also use second wind and heal a bit instead. I haven't need that yet.
You could both second wind and do a hasted attack and do 2 regular attacks. You can do all of that.
What the hell?
Haste is great.
Haste is cool.
Haste just gives you extra stuff, and you can always bonus action second wind. So
Okay, I'm
Three
going
attacks.
to shoot 3 arrows.
okay,
I'm going to do a maneuver on one of them,
okay,
and I'm going to do second wind. That's okay for me to do.
okay, yeah.
Okay. Can I borrow
Let's-
2 of your D20? Thank you. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. So I have an 11. Oh, wait. plus 7. So I have an 18,
Hit,
I've got a 21,
hit,
and I've got a 17.
hit.
So those are my 3 arrows. And I need to roll damage for each of those, which is a d8 plus 4 for each of those.
So it would be 3d8
3d.
plus 12.
Thank you. Oh, nice.
3d8 plus 12.
8, 9, 10. Plus 12 is 22.
Dang.
It looks incredibly hurt.
Oh.
This thing looks on the verge of death. Now, obviously, that percentage is higher because it's a massive dragon, but it still doesn't have a lot of hit points left.
Right.
Do you want a second wind?
I do want to. No, I don't. I don't want a second wind, but I do want to do.
You don't need to heal yourself.
I do want.
What's the worst that can happen?
How dare you? What I am going to do
You me.
is Commander Strike, which. Oh, shoot. I already used
You
a
can do
bonus
it.
action.
You can
I
do
can
it.
do it.
Because you haven't used your bonus
I
action.
haven't used my bonus action. I used my haste action. Is that correct?
You're good with
Okay,
doing
that's fine.
this
Don't worry about it.
maneuver. You're
Don't
good.
worry about it.
You
Okay.
declared it, and then now you're explaining what it
This
is.
costs a bonus action. I get to choose the next attacker.
So someone as a reaction can attack.
So I know that your attack would usually be after the.
And it has to be an attack, not a spell.
That's not an attack.
My spell can't attack.
Spell attack.
Gosh darn it.
It's a different thing, yeah.
I don't have anything to attack.
Commander Strike is for leading armies, but you do have a friend who combats people with a weapon.
Yeah, but they're already going before the dragon. So it doesn't matter if they.
Oh, I saw what you were
I was
trying
trying to
do.
pull her ahead in the initiative line.
He doesn't seem affected by stuff.
It's true.
I don't know if we
I'm
know
the
this.
only one that's.
I don't know if we know.
Can I just use a regular action? Can I like punch it?
You're not right next to it, unfortunately.
Throw a rock.
Oh, you have to do the action meet. You can't move. You can't take a full turn.
Your Commander Strike has to be something someone does immediately.
And
It doesn't.
it's one
It doesn't give them.
attack.
They have to use their reaction to do one attack.
Oh,
correct.
That's cool. Okay, sorry about that.
It's better for leading armies than it is for this
Okay.
exact scenario.
That's fine. Can I just do another arrow then?
So what you would do would be either be a different maneuver,
Different maneuver.
or you would give somebody else an attack who is in a position where they can do one, and everybody else is far away. Right.
Yeah.
What's your?
So because I. Oh, yeah.
What's my? Can you give second wind to other people?
No.
No.
No, it's just your spell, right?
Unfortunately.
I
what I
wish.
thought.
All right. Well, on my way out, I'm gonna. Wait. How long does goading last? Is it still effective from last turn? or is
I'll look it
just
up. I will look it up.
Because if not, I'll do it one more time. Because I think my hit points are kind of high compared to other people.
You can give Tumbleweed the extra attack.
Then I can extra attack it.
Oh, it's still an extra attack.
But aren't you wielding your melee weapon right now, and you're not in melee with it?
I'm 30 feet away from it now.
So, but as a reaction, you can't drop a weapon, draw a weapon, fire a weapon, put it back, and pick up your.
I mean, it does say I can be two-handed.
You could wield a weapon two-handed, but you're not in melee
You
with
could
it.
throw a dagger.
Oh.
It's weirder because you guys are in a situation where
Or
you
far away.
decided to not be fighting
Yeah.
up close, which makes a lot of strategic sense, but it makes these
But-
abilities less useful and less easy to use.
Yep,
Right,
yep,
right,
yep,
right,
yep.
right, right.
The target is until the end of this turn, so you would need to do
I
another
would need to
goading
do it
attack.
again. So when I'm shooting, I say, take that, and that, and that, and then,
You try and goad it.
yeah.
Okay.
That's my goading.
Add another D8 because when you use that move, you hurt somebody.
2.
You rolled a 2
Yeah.
on a D8.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 2 on a 20. It hates you. It hates you so much.
Makes sense.
It roars and screams.
I know you destroyed the library guard.
I say, I am allowed to take up space.
Yes.
I am
So,
worth it.
is this the end of your turn, can do?
I believe that's everything
Magic hands.
I can do.
Okay. It's going.
Mage hand still trying to calm the dragon.
It's going to, at the end of your turn, use 2 legendary actions.
Oh, crap.
Usually it would do a wing attack on you guys,
Should use a second
but
one.
its wings are pinned, so that's not what this wing attack is for.
Okay.
Against all of us? Thank God. Then it,
It moves. As the wings start to flap and flap, it shreds them against the mountain. You see the wings start to get peeled off, and it claws itself and pushes backwards. And it moves 20 feet closer. Almost pulling the mountain with it, it feels. And now that it's shifted once, leaving its wings behind, who knows how much further it could go. But it's not its turn yet.
Oh, someone please heal me.
So,
So now I'm only 20 feet away from it because it got 20 feet.
And I'm only 10 feet away from it.
Oh, crap.
You are also 10 feet away from it now. 10 feet and 10 feet. Are you also?
25.
Okay. So now we have Tumbleweed. You watch this grisly, just visceral torrent of noise and blood. And it is very, very close to you. What would you like to do?
Tumbleweed, still holding the plunger, is like, didn't think it would get this close to me. And then he just like plunges into him.
Okay.
Yep.
Go into melee and attack.
Melee attack,
Go ahead and roll.
20.
That hits.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yay.
critically hits.
Yeah.
So that'll be 2d8 plus your bonus. Ooh.
Kill him.
Roll low.
I yell, kill him! Please!
Roll one more time. And then plus 5.
7. Plus 5 plus 8. 7 plus 5.
So 12 plus 5.
Plus 5.
17.
17.
Okay. Where do you plunge it?
I mean, I was always headed towards wherever its heart might be,
Okay.
because I've studied a little bit, and I've always been good at biology, and I assume, like most animals, it would be here.
As you strike, it lets out a yelp. And for the first time, the anger is tinged with fear. The closest I could quantify to something this large, you just get this sense in your head as if God is afraid of you. It is not dead, but it is dying. It will not take much to push it over the edge.
Still have another attack action.
I do have another attack action. Hey. Yeah. I'm gonna like do one of these, like the strongest toilet I've ever had to unplug. I go like this, and I go one more time. This one's for doo-doo pee.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
I feel kind of bad for it.
I mean, it's just
It's
an
dry.
animal.
Not good.
It's hunting.
5.
I know, I
You
just feel
could- you
bad.
could maybe use your golden something, right?
Does that say
Oh, yeah,
on
I do
yourself
have
or
that.
on another PC?
Another PC.
It's used on others, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sure, I'll
Got a
I'll-
5.
I'm gonna
Oh,
change
you
time.
want to give it this? This is the time you're choosing. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to see what the dragon's
I
gonna
look
do?
around at
Sure.
Bob. I'm like, uh-oh.
Bob's gonna try to chrono shit. Oh wait, no, I don't have a reaction because I used it last round. I haven't gotten it back yet. Can't do it. Sorry.
I'm like,
Hey.
oh.
So this time, your strike the aim is true, but it's not enough force and not in the right spot.
Sean's
That-
so happy. Look at
It's at
him.
the end of your turn.
What did I do?
You've done your,
Yeah. So you did 2 attacks.
and usually you would only have one as a rogue.
Yeah.
If you want, you can use your bonus action attack with a dagger,
Oh.
or you can disengage and walk away.
But you can't do both.
Can do both.
You see its tail lashing around. Looks like it's more free now.
Shoot.
Let's see. Can I do second story work, and because it says it's a bonus action,
Uh-huh.
and climb it up to its
The dragon.
well,
Keep going, I'm listening. Yeah.
because I'm sure it's like thrashing or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Thunder, and then the eyeball's here, right? And I'm thinking, I take her sister's dagger and
Okay.
try to reach that as I jump in the air to.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you had an action to make another attack, I'd let you use it.
Okay.
But if you want to use a bonus action just to get on the dragon, you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna use the bonus action.
It'll be a roll.
To try to hold on to the.
You're going to try and ride the dragon.
Yeah.
I understand. So for this roll, I'm going to ask you to roll either athletics or acrobatics. It's similar to a grapple in some ways.
Okay.
She does have advantage in grappling if it is.
Because I have the grapple shackle.
Go ahead. Well, I think it's because of your pseudopods, like your goopal nature. I read that as well.
Yeah.
You can roll with advantage.
Okay, so yeah.
But in that case, treating it as a real grapple, it'll be opposed.
Okay, so both. Not great.
25.
No, it's not that.
What did you get?
14.
Fortunately, as you start to climb it, you get close to like Legolas surfing the neck as it's thrashing around. You get close and you're about to grab the dagger out of the eyeball and it jukes. And as you fall, you go prone.
Oh no.
No.
So second story work was your bonus action.
It was.
You technically have movement, but you can't disengage.
You stand up.
You can stand up. You probably want to stand up.
Probably wants
I'm gonna stand up.
Because I'm a gloop right now?
No, just
You're
because you would
prone.
be prone, so people would have advantage to hit you with melee attacks.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, I do stand.
And then do you move out of its reach or do you stay where you are?
I move out of its reach.
Okay, it's going to take an opportunity attack. Yeah, 20 something.
Oh no!
silvery. No, I don't have a reaction. I got no reactions.
Okay. This, you tried to climb its head, so it is going to try and bite you.
Oh no.
You take 14 piercing damage
Oh no.
Are you faint?
and 5 cold damage.
Oh my gosh, what are you at? Or am I allowed to ask that? No.
You can ask that.
How are you feeling?
I'm like,
Are you unconscious or are you still moving?
I'm at a 3.
Oh.
So she looks, essentially, there is a, and it looks like it really went as deep as it could into the earth to try and grab you more with its bite.
Oh no.
And you feel like there's one spot where your own internal organs, however they are distributed,
Yeah.
where one of your vital organs would have been punctured.
Oh.
But it feels like there was a tooth missing in that spot.
Whoa.
But that was you moving, so you do wrench yourself free and you do move.
Nice.
So how far do you want to move?
As far as I can, baby.
Okay. You can calculate that with I think with all of your stuff, haste, right?
Yeah.
So you would have 30 feet minimum. So you move out of its range.
Okay.
That is the end of your turn,
Oh.
correct?
Oh wait, still have Bob.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, it will use its last legendary action. You the next closest? 10
I'm
feet
20
away?
feet away.
20.
But
You're
it's
10 feet away.
disadvantage
If it's somebody
it
else.
tries to attack
Oh!
I've
Let
been
me
goaded.
just check. That was higher. That would have still hit you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to use a legendary action to do a tail attack to hit you.
Me?
With
It has
disadvantage?
reach with the tail, but it has disadvantage. That one's like 22.
Question.
Well, I might miss. Nope.
Oh.
I have lucky, right?
The halfling ability lucky. Sorry, I know it sounds like the lucky feat, but it is halfling luck. Because your feat was inspiring leader, is what you got as a feat at 4th level. I'm sorry. So it just is going to strike you with the tail, which is not as dangerous as the bite. You take
3.
16 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
The tail strikes you. You feel your body connect with the rock on the cave wall.
Uh-oh.
You slump down. It is now Bob's turn. This dragon has ripped its wings off. It is filled with holes. You even start to look, and on its underbelly, on various parts of it, it looks like creatures that have ventured into this cave have taken bites out of it.
Poor thing.
And it couldn't do anything about it. It has been tortured for a year, and it is
Put it out
on
of
the
its misery.
verge of death.
No.
It does feel like letting this wingless dragon live could even be a cruelty. Perhaps its thousands of years long life could be ended. But that all comes down to our teacher, Bob.
You said the eating the thing is a free action, giving it somebody a free action?
I would make that a bonus action.
That's a bonus action. Okay. I'm gonna go next to my unconscious Padre
Okay.
and give the Great Berry.
Okay. I was kind of wondering if you guys were going to pop those
Forgot
before
about
the
my
fight.
great berry.
Oh, it would be the next turn.
Everybody has a great berry.
Someone,
yeah.
everybody.
Oh.
Okay, but you're kind of getting insurance for death saves is the hope.
Yeah.
I understand. Are you, so just so you know,
Yeah,
they are technically still within reach of the tail,
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
the dragon goes after you.
Bob is from this newfound like frost rhyme. This feels great. Feels better than he's ever felt in his entire life.
Sure.
He feels like miracles can happen. We're
Yeah.
fighting the dragon. He doesn't know what's
Yeah.
going on. So he's gonna try to heal her with the only thing he can possibly do.
Okay. You do that with a bonus action. What is your
then,
action?
Can I fireball it without it hitting the two of us?
Like, can you,
Like,
don't
but
you need to be able to see past it?
I think you have to be able to see
Because
it.
the dragon is clogging up this part of the mountain. I'd let you make a perception check to see if you beat a DC 16.
It's just the point you choose.
Not that you can see.
To a point you choose.
I'll read it. I'll read Fireball.
Hmm.
It's just interesting because isn't it described as a bead of energy that you need to
A
fire?
bright light streaks
A bright streak flashes.
from you to a point you choose within range and blossoms with a low roar into a fire explosion. I don't know.
Just see here. Target a point you choose within range, 150 feet. Okay.
I'll let you decide.
I mean, I was really expecting it to say a point you can see within range, not
Yeah.
a point you choose.
Let us do it.
Okay. Otherwise, can I drag her, move away,
I'm only, I'm
and
tiny.
fireball?
Well, I think it would be an action to pick somebody up is the
Okay.
thing, right?
Okay.
So, or one of your attacks at least, which for you would just be your whole action.
Right.
So I have to rule something. Honestly, if this was lower stakes, I wouldn't think about it. I would just say, nah, it won't work. You have to make a perception check. But let's do this. Okay? Not only will you at least get a chance to make the perception check, let's first roll. And I'll say odds, you have to do the perception check first. And evens, you can just do it. Because I am at 100% on that spell interpretation. I've always assumed it's point, and then it goes to the exact point I can see. But technically, you have an argument to be made as well. So why don't you roll just a d20? Odds are bad, evens are good.
All right.
Can I give him advantage since I'm next to
Yes,
Unconscious.
can her unconscious?
him? Touching my body just
Unfortunately, nerd.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, let us know in the comments if anybody says.
Yeah, come at me.
Oh, I got odd.
Okay. So you can make a perception check. Just to
Perception.
try and go, if
Perception.
I just aim past
Yeah.
the stump of the wing and I go under the tail,
12.
Even.
it's not going to do it.
Yeah.
You're either
Okay.
going to have to let some people take damage or use a different spell.
Can't do it. Can't allow that to happen.
The dragon goes next, by the way.
Yeah.
Shen Schnat, that old snow.
Yeah. That's not great.
Do you have any other damaging spells?
Nah, I mean Firebolt,
Yeah?
which isn't great, but
You have berry?
Huh?
Your berry?
Well, if you each had a berry, he just used his. But
Oh.
Is there any way that I can block the fireball from hitting her?
with your body, you mean?
Yeah.
I'll let you sacrifice your shield.
Ooh.
You can encase her in the Icewinder shield, but the shield disenchanted. It'll stop working if you make it bend against its function.
All right.
You're going for it?
I'm gonna go for it.
Teacher's gotta do
Okay.
it. Teacher's gotta do it.
Okay. So you surrounded by pieces of the train, having just developed this newfound sense of yourself, these newfound abilities, you divest yourself of what has been protecting you up to this point. You don't need it anymore. And as it starts to encase, as you call her, Miss Montague, you cast the fireball. You're not blocking yourself.
I can't.
Go ahead. Dragon's gonna automatically fail. It still can't move enough to avoid it.
13 plus 10, 23 plus 6, 29. Let's see if I can dodge it.
Let's see if you can make the dex save.
It's too hard. It's too hard for me to dodge myself.
Do you have haste as well?
Nah.
No.
Oh.
Are you
So-
sure I didn't give you haste?
It was us.
It was you guys.
I gave us 3 expeditious
He
retreat.
persuaded you to give haste to everybody else.
Look at
You damn hero.
How many temporary hit points did you have?
I had 8.
So the 8 will go away first.
I'm gonna absorb elements, cause I should.
Because you absorb elements, you don't instantly die.
Wow.
So the 20, what was it, 29?
29.
So 28 halved is 14. 8 of those are temporary.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 damage, you have 2 health left.
Well, I have. Did I get health when the Constitution changed or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, you're
technically
right. You
I
would have updated your health.
Yeah,
you
I
have
have-
way more health than you had
I have
before.
26 health now.
Yeah. He's looking a little more buff. He's got ice muscles. Okay.
Wait, so
So
they... oh, sorry, go.
No, I was just gonna say you get crisped up.
Mhm.
You take a lot of damage that you would have never expected you could survive before, and you realize this whole time that you ran over here to do this, you haven't been using your stick to walk.
No.
Just like in Sherlock.
Just like a Sherlock. Just like a Sherlock. Okay. Tell me how you slay the dragon.
Oh, the fireball slays the dragon. So Bob's like, oh no! He's like, Angie's body just like hit the rock and fall over. It's like, oh no! So he like feeds her and it's like, oh god! Just like does the fireball like right in front of both of their faces.
Yeah.
So like knocks him back.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really see what happens, but like it like goes into the eye that's like already messed up, and then like it just explodes and pushes the dagger further into it.
Okay. Okay. As this fire consumes the creature, and you can see it's even starting to catch interior areas exposed to oxygen because of all of the cuts, the slices, the arrows, the forks, everything that has struck it up to this point, the magic that has bludgeoned it. And as this fire starts to consume it, and you guys are warm for the first time in a long time, you hear, you think, coming from the dragon, it's saying, and it falls, dead, destroyed, burning.
Can I understand that? Oh, sorry.
You can all have heard it and seen it, yeah?
But it's not animal speak.
It's not.
Okay.
It seems to have spoken a language.
The Greek.
Can I understand the language?
I
Is that
don't think you
Sounds
guys.
Irish.
I don't think you would have spoken it because on the train most people are from the northern kingdoms.
Poche. Poche. I feel.
The mountain makes its saving throw. So the pace at which the avalanche starts does not speed up.
Oh.
You are out of combat. The dragon is defeated. What do you do?
Am I still down?
6 seconds. You guys tell me.
I'm grabbing her and taking her out of the.
Okay.
I
You take
run
her
to
out.
meet him and take her other arm and put it over my shoulder.
Okay. Roll a death saving throw.
Oh. Because of what I did?
No. you touched her arm. You touched her arm.
Do I add anything to the number?
No.
14.
That's a success.
You're good.
Excellent.
You're good.
You start dragging her out. Everybody else moving?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're definitely.
Tumbleweed, if you can get something really fast to show that kill the dragon. Wait.
Oh. We already have. Wait.
We
I
already
have the
have the
backpack
tooth.
of the tooth. Tooth is strapped to my back.
That's true.
Whatever
Do
you want.
you want to get a blood
Guys, we
sample?
gotta get out of here now.
Yeah.
Do you go back and grab anything?
Well, I think I already
I'm
have
running.
blood on myself.
Okay.
Because the dragon
Okay.
bit me.
Okay.
But question, because I had it in the very prior, and
Uh-huh.
you said 3 rounds.
So it would go now.
we go now.
You would get 1 hit point.
Thank you.
Okay.
Points, baby.
So you okay? Next round. You just keep moving. Keep
Yeah,
running.
as fast as I can.
Run.
Okay.
My
Okay.
expedition
Carrying.
bonus
Am I
action
healed?
dash.
Not yet. It takes 3 rounds.
Next round.
This is your second
Holy
round.
hell.
Make a death saving throw.
I don't have.
Me?
Do we pop berries in our mouth already?
I gave her
You
a
already
berry.
have.
Can I assume that I took my berry too?
Well, the berry is in your mouth and it will work, but just
Well,
not this
I
turn.
have my own berry. Can I assume that I took it too?
No one said that they took it.
Man.
Sorry.
4.
4. 1 success, 1 failure. Next round. What are you doing?
I say we're almost there. We're almost there. We're running for the
I'm like,
exit.
You make it. You're out of the mountain. You're moving.
Yeah.
You're headed for the train.
Let's head for the train. I think she's gonna be fine.
I said we did it.
We're
I
all
We
gonna-
killed the dragon.
all gonna be fine.
We're
I
almost
think
there.
about how like the penguins were like sliding, and I was like, I can turn myself into the penguin, and we can all slide down.
Sounds good to me. Go ahead and be a penguin. Before we begin that, because her taking any damage would be deadly, this is the 3rd turn. You've made 2 death saving throws. You heal 1 hit point, you're back up.
oh, I heal 1?
From the great berry he put in your mouth.
Yes.
You're
You
back
don't
up.
go negative, right?
No, you would just get back to 1 hit point.
Hell yeah.
And all of everything around you is people running. You feel like there's shards of metal like attached to your clothes and in your pocket, and you're not sure where they came from. You keep running, you start sliding.
I'm
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
because
if-
we're up and we're trying to go down, right? So
Okay.
If
sliding.
Tumbleweed's making us.
I'll make
thing.
a slide
Yeah.
big knoll.
So you use the last 40 seconds or so of the haste and the expeditious retreat. You're moving
Right.
way faster than
Good
you
thing
would
we
have
use
expected.
that.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
indeed. Well, it's helping you gain time. You start running, you start moving, and you're fairly certain you can hear in the distance. Sounds like the train work. Sounds like they're signaling they're close and for you to be ready. Do you just continue? You know the way. There's no checks to be made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does golden barbs allow for extra actions?
it doesn't. It just gives people a reroll, and you can
Oh.
give somebody else advantage or disadvantage.
Okay.
Am I able to cure myself?
You could, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do cure wounds just in case
Sounds
something
good.
crazy's about them.
Whatever level you do it at, you can
The highest
roll that many
level?
d8s. So 3d8 plus 2 or 3, whatever your charisma bonus is. So mark
2.
that off. Okay, you're running 3d8 plus 2. You guys are charging. Magic wears off, but you're still moving as fast as you can. You run past the crater. You
Do
run past the statue, the frozen ice that is mostly melted now into
As
a
you're
new
running,
position.
I'm go like, what are we gonna do with this fumer guy?
I'm just trying to get back to the train at this point.
I'm going to confront him for sure. He killed my sister.
Gotta find that weapon so we know for sure he was the
I
one.
think we gotta keep it cool until we figure out what we're doing.
Yeah.
Let's just meet back in the dishwashing cart
Are we?
after everything.
Are we
cools off.
pretending like we don't know anything?
Yes, we don't want to let him. Well, you did tell your students, but we should pretend like we don't know anything. What if he tries to not let us back on the train?
Well, we gotta try.
As the time draws near and you make it back, without anything else stopping you, you do arrive back at the pickup point. Perhaps with 5, maybe even 6 minutes to spare.
All right, let's set up our.
You can have this
choo-choo
conversation.
Yeah.
And the plan, of course, is for the door to be open. You do the easy version, attaching to the moorings.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. It gets closer. Any other preparations that you need to make?
How far away is it? Just?
Maybe 5 minutes. You can see it because of the spiral, right? You can see it's just gone around for the final time and will come to these train tracks very near you. It is descending the mountain, however, so it's going faster than when it dropped you off.
Got it.
And if there's any preparations, otherwise, another minute passes.
I think I'm going to. I'm like, hey guys, I have an idea. I'm gonna go in the shape of her sister and confront him.
Say that we found her.
I'm just gonna pretend to be her.
If anyone has an ability where they could change their shape, disguise themselves to look.
Well, I do.
So would we want to do that
How are we
After
gonna
we
do
get on-
right now?
Let's wait till
after we
after
get
we
on?
the
Because
train.
if he sees that,
He's not gonna let us on the train.
yeah, he might not open the doors.
I try to sort of hide my big giant tooth under my armor. So, I have a weird lump back here, but maybe you can't quite see what it is.
Okay.
And I just used prestidigitation to make it look like we didn't see anything. We didn't encounter anything. So
I'm
we look
gonna-
like how we left.
I'm gonna make a.
He looks very different.
Oh.
Covered in frostbite. You look like your skin is frost.
Wow.
I still use it on him.
No, that's fine. I'm just letting you know if that is part of your plan,
And-
it's tough.
Yeah, maybe anybody have a cloak or something?
I already
No.
used my cloak.
Does it disappear, or is it just a regular cloak?
3
I
minutes.
just use it once per day.
Can you use it as a regular cloak?
No, I just need to put a cloak over my head.
Oh, I can give you this one. I'm not. It's no longer magic. But
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah. I'll like try to hide everything as much as possible.
Make a stealth check.
All right. This is not.
Can I give him an advantage since I am giving him the cloak? Dad.
Well, for this one,
Oh, that's pretty good. 17.
17. Got it. 2 minutes.
And I'm gonna do cast the create a bonfire. Make it look like we just been sitting by the bonfire.
I also create a bonfire.
Nice.
Okay. 1 minute left.
Just real chill. I'm gonna look real chill.
I bring out my mage hand and we all start playing like slap games with it, like we've just been sitting here the whole time.
I'm kind of in shock. I'm just like, we did it.
I'm like,
30 seconds. Train gets close.
I just want you all to know whatever happens, you've been like a family to me.
Oh, if there's a rock nearby, I carve my name into it. I say,
Okay.
can do short was here.
Nice. And in a way, rocks are books. When you think about it.
Really
Think-
small book.
When you think about it, maybe first book, best.
right.
Aspect.
Okay.
Does it
10.
look like the doors are open?
9.
The door's
We
like
got
opening.
a
Doors
grapple.
open.
Grapple
Okay.
ready to go.
Before anything else happens, let's see what Fumer's perception check is.
Oh.
Seems to be holding something behind his back. Door open, looks out. You're only about 20 or 30 feet away from him. And he looks at you and says, "You took my advice. Okay, smart. Come on, get on. And they start to yell. And you can hear noise, chanting and cheering coming from the other sides, the closed doors of the other carriages on either side. All you need to do is, in succession, make DC 10 athletics checks or attacks. Starting with you.
How many feet away is it?
It's only like 30, 20 feet.
I'm gonna just teleport him
With
with my
which spell?
blessing of the Raven Queen
Oh, how many times can you do that?
3 times a day.
You can make it in. You make it in with no check needing to be made.
Bring anybody.
If
bring
you guys had been late, this would have been a lot harder. There would have been a lot of things that
crazy
you
that we
needed to
made
do to just try and catch up to the train, never mind to grapple into it.
You have to
All right,
roll 3 or higher.
10.
Okay.
you pull it off. Start to pull yourself in. Where do we go with you?
So you said athletics or attack?
Yes.
What's attack?
The attack would be the same bonuses like your bow.
Oh, okay. Oh, then I'll do attack.
You're essentially, yeah, it's the same goal, right?
Oh wait, no, 13.
Chunk. Start drawing yourself in.
Come on, like, 1 hit point.
For a
Oh,
second,
wait, you're back to 20. Okay.
for a second, you're like jiggling with it, and you're going. Everybody else is on. Everything's going to be okay. You realize that your grapple shackle,
Don't
Yo-
make me nervous.
Okay.
your grapple shackle, is currently a choo-choo harpoon. So you need to change it back into a train chain. All you have to do is make a Transformers noise and shake it. There you go. It works.
Oh.
It goes perfectly.
Nice.
Hey,
I need to roll a what?
just an athletics check or a strength or dex attack.
Oh.
What's the total? Is that a 6 on the die? Is there any?
Did you get close?
Is there any ability?
I have an ability, and I use golden barbs.
You can roll again. The plunger of possibility, caked in
So
dragon.
if I use
That's right.
my attack, I don't add anything to my attack, right?
For you would add your dex or your strength.
You got anything? I didn't have anything, so that's why I doubled it.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Okay. Okay, I'm still gonna reroll, but I can add my dex.
Yeah, your dex
Okay.
bonus. You
It
can take the
works?
first one if it's better.
Did you make
I
it
think
on
it was.
either one?
I think it was a 4 on the second one.
Well, it was a 6 on the first one.
So 6 you
Plus
would add.
2, right, for my dex?
Yeah.
So it's 8.
Still an
It
8.
says 3
Oh.
times a day I can cast gold barbs.
Oh my god.
Used your reaction.
I will use my chrono shift.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
You have another use for
Yeah,
that?
that's
Okay, guys.
Okay.
I got two-
This is kind of it.
2 for a long rest. This is it. You better make it.
Oh my god!
What is it? What is it? A 2?
Wow.
Fumer kind of looks out at you, and they go, "We can't wait. We can't do anything.
Wait,
We can't do anything." The train's starting to pick up speed.
can I use my mage hand to try to grab on?
The mage hand would be attached, but you're not attached to the mage hand.
Can I use
You can try and, because it's so close to you, you can try and run and jump on. But if
Okay.
you fail at that, you're going to take serious damage. How many
I do
health
it
did you
one
get back?
point.
I'm full health.
Oh no, you're full.
I'm full health because I
Oh, the 3d8 did it?
plus my charisma bonus.
Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
You see your friend start running towards the train to try and jump on. What did you get?
18 plus 5.
Nice.
And
If I get my athletics, my acrobatics, you said, right?
you could use that too, yeah?
Plus 5, yeah, so 18, so over 20.
As Fumer is getting ready to shut the door, presuming there's no chance that there's anything you can do.
I'm so tiny, but I'm using all of my halfling and a little bit of human strength to
And
run.
as you jump, if you had been a larger sized person, door wouldn't have been open wide enough. Because you're a halfling, you barely clunk
And I roll inside.
as Fumer shuts the door. And Fumer looks at all of you and says, "I can't believe it. Quick question. When there was prestidigitation done to make people look fine,
Yes,
was all the blood removed?
yes.
So everything's clean now?
Yep, he just thought we were just out there using the fire.
Just making sure.
Okay.
So he looks at all of you and he says,
I'm backed up against the
Mhm.
thing, so I don't like show the lump.
so he just looks and goes, "No one's ever, a whole group hasn't ever come back before. You're gonna be heroes."
Yeah, we just took your advice and we stayed right by the bonfire and
We just sat there the whole time, 6 hours.
it was really warm. And then we had the train came back. I fell asleep. That's why I was a little bit late.
Huh.
But
I'm already trying to open the other door.
I would like a deception check from one of you with advantage. Because you got your story straight.
should we both do it then?
I have a minus.
If you want, you can both roll instead. I
Yeah,
just don't know
let's
whose bonus is what.
Okay. Oh, that just kept rolling.
You said
I got a
perception?
9.
Deception.
I got a 9 deception.
Deception. I don't count. If it doesn't go in, does that count?
Oh.
Nice.
17.
This scares me. To
Okay. What did you get?
rocket 9.
Okay. But still, with that, they just kind of like nod, like as if it doesn't seem 100% right, but they're like, all right, whatever. Because they're probably thinking, I would never tell someone about something so cowardly. You're going to open one of the doors. Okay.
Are we the only ones in this?
Only for this one round that it takes you guys to go and open the doors. It's a safety protocol, right? That they, in case something happens with it being open and exposed to the elements. You open one of the doors. Everyone is cheering. You can see Blitzkrieg. You can see your mother rushes over to you, and she isn't very warm usually. She grabs onto you and she says, "How could you?" And she like goes back and looks at how different you look, and she is.
Oh, I've changed, mother.
Oh, I changed, mother.
She goes, "Are you?" She like recoils from you. Are you sicker? What happened?
I feel fantastic.
But what? And she's like pushed from the back as everybody starts to flood into the train. Everyone is here. Your dad is there.
Yeah.
And they come in, and when they come in, and you can already tell in their hands, they have a slightly flatter, less damp piece
I like
of
move
milk.
over to them, but still keeping my back to the wall. Dad!
Hey, you made it back, bud.
I made it back.
I always knew that probably there was definitely a chance you'd make it back.
I missed you.
Oh, I missed you too, pal. Hey, look, check this out. My daughter's like amazing. And everybody starts to be like, and you hear this. Other people don't because it's so cacophonous here. But a random person whose name you don't even know, maybe the only person on the train who you don't know, goes, "Oh, pretty cool."
Wow.
And
Greatest moment of my life.
everybody's getting swarmed by people. They're trying to celebrate you. It's a little bit chaos. People are trying to get over to you. Everybody's trying to figure out, what do you do in this moment?
I'm trying to say, like, can we just say something? Can we just say something really fast?
Mork waddles over and goes, "Oh, I see what this is. We're gonna have some speeches, okay?" And he like starts saying, "Everybody shut up! Everybody shut up!" And everybody like it takes a minute. So if there's anything else people want to do, you can, but it takes a minute, and people are gradually starting to quieten down. Is anyone doing anything?
I'm just looking at everyone. Like, are we really going to do this?
Oh.
Did we know? Can I do a perception check on whatever his name is because he was hiding
Fumer.
something?
Fumnuk,
'Cause I feel
Fumer.
like I would like.
You
yeah.
can do perception if you just want to see what he was hiding, but you could also do insight if you're just trying to get. Like it's up to you.
Or sleight of hand.
Oh, you just want to try and take it?
I want to take it.
I'll only allow this because it's so hectic in the car right now. But if you fail, it'll be noticed.
Ooh.
Okay. 18
Total?
total.
Okay. They don't notice. And you have in your possession a serrated dagger.
Knew it. What is it? I show them like you can't see. Like, there, he's on the other side of me. Look.
So you probably go more like this then.
Did I scream? He did it! Oh!
Right around then is when everything quietens down. And you can see your mother is there. Your mother is there. Fumer is here. Your dad's here.
Is my dad there?
Ooh.
Thunderbolt.
Blitzkrieg is there. And roll an insight check for me.
Oh. 10.
Okay. They look weird. Their faces, there's surprise. There's confusion. And there's something else. It's like, for a moment, it reminds you of the way Dudu P used to look at you.
He did it!
Attention.
Everyone's confused, and they say, "Are you all right?"
Got him! He did it!
I hold in my hand the weapon that killed my mentor, 2DP, and also
My sister, Belle J.
It was him!
We all point.
Everyone is very confused. They look at each other, and Cora looks at you and says, What do you mean?
And I have tears strewing down my face. I'm like, Mother, I saw and I talked to Belge, and she told me that Fumunker killed her, slit her throat.
She like turns to Fumer, and she just kind of looks as if it's the most information someone has had to process. So there's no immediate emotional reaction. And Fumer just looks and goes, It was the cold. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
No, that dagger. She did it. He did it. He found out that it was with that dagger, the same dagger you had behind your back when you opened the door to let us in.
Mork looks over and says, well, I'm pretty sure we gave you that dagger last year when you were getting off the train, son. I'm pretty sure that's yours. And Fumer goes, yeah, that's my knife. That doesn't mean anything. Look, they're probably just crazy from the cold. This is crazy, guys. What's happening?
I'm gonna transform into her sister's form now.
Okay. Do you say anything?
Yeah. You did this. You did this to me.
I didn't do anything. We shouldn't have been sent outside the train. We shouldn't have been out there.
You must repent, or I'll haunt you forever.
Shame. Just
No.
kidding.
I'd like you to roll either intimidation with advantage or performance with advantage.
I'm gonna do 18.
You can roll again.
Oh, yes, that's right. 20.
Nat
Okay.
20?
Not nat.
As you say that, Fumer starts to cry and he says, there was, you can't be here. There's nothing I could do. There was a dragon, and we ran. That's what happened.
And then I transform again into Doo-Doo Pea this time. And I point at him. You did this to me.
I don't. They start to they look like they're about to break down, and they start looking at the handle, and they grab it, and they open it.
I'm gonna suggest you stay exactly where you are the rest of the day.
Okay, as the wind and ice and snow start to howl in, there's a bunch of people on this train car that are not prepared for this. I'm gonna start rolling some saving throws, but you tell me what you're doing as well.
I'm trying to suggest that he does not move.
Your mom falls off the train. Would you like to reconsider your action?
Well,
There's a chance to try and grab her.
Oh, okay.
Anybody can try and grab anybody that falls off. I'm just rolling for 3 people. That was Letitia.
Sure, I will try to. Yeah, if I can grab her.
Cora's the next person I'm rolling for, just for their own saving throw. That was a nat 1 what I rolled for Letitia, or it wouldn't have been as big of a thing. Your mom's fine.
Oh, thank the gods.
This is for Fumer. Fumer falls off the train.
Oh.
You go to grab him, or you go to grab your mom.
Yeah.
I think this is a deck save. Unless you have a magical ability or something that you want to try and use instead.
Magical ability.
Your mom just kind of rocks back, and then she catches herself and leans forward and reaches out for you. And when she has that, she can safely move in. Everyone's just trying to go into the other cars now. Okay, there's more.
Can I just touch her and cast fly?
If you have the spell slot, of course you can.
Then I do.
Your mom goes, and because she can move 60 feet with fly, I believe, she's just gliding alongside the train for a moment. And then she sees Fumer has fallen out of the train. She looks at you and says, what do I do? As in, do you want me to go get him? Do I? What do I do? And everyone is looking for some voice to ring out and say a specific what to do or not.
Kill him! That's who we're trying to pretend is
Right,
behind.
Yeah.
I say that
To
I'm
you.
What? So
You start to hear Fumer has gotten up and is trying to run.
in
The train's just pulling further away,
In-
yelling, "Please, please don't,
is
please!"
in this world,
Yeah.
murder is punishment would be.
Like on the train, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Punishment for murder. I mean, there have been exiles before.
But we didn't
There
know.
have been imprisonments before.
He opened the door and fell out, correct?
He did it to himself.
He did it to
So it's
himself.
not murder.
It's completely up to you guys what happens. They just start pleading, please, please.
Die.
Getting quieter, getting further away from the train.
Yeah, I just start closing the door.
Close the door. There's an echo from the mountain. Everyone looks at all of you, still not 100% sure what has happened.
I go back to my regular form, and I'm like, "You don't understand. Show him the tooth."
I take the tooth out from under my armor.
I'm gonna do the wand of the educator to talk to all the train carriages.
Okay?
So on this journey that you have asked us to partake, you told us to do 4 things. Find signs of the ancient dragon Shanukta. We did, and we killed him. Find flora. We did. A bush. We found flowers. We have berries. Find fauna. We found giant penguin bear. There was also other animals that was mentioned by a fallen comrade. And check frost rime. We have found that the frost rime is actually happening from this train, and it isn't found anywhere else. These objects we have here, pointing towards the berries, the
Tooth.
blood,
The bud.
the
The tooth.
the tooth, and we were able through magic to talk to the 3 fallen members of last year.
And a bush.
I'm not saying that. Belje was a hero and was able to fight the dragon and trap it into a mountain where she blinded it before she was brutally murdered by that man out there who left. Luckily, the starvation over the year had weakened the dragon, and the 4 of us were able to kill it. It's still trapped in that cave. We think it's safe-ish out there. I've changed. I don't know.
Who is that?
Who's that handsome man?
Never noticed it before.
Yeah, he's not so sick no more.
Is that our teacher?
As you say that, you actually hear what sound like very high-pitched war cries as about 12 children storm the car. They're wearing pots on their heads. They're clearly all stolen knives and forks. And they go, "Where is he? Where is he? I will slay him. Where is Fumer?" And they all start to like try and figure out how they can help you because they've heard your voice now. They clearly were hiding somewhere with weapons. And they're just there and they like surround you and they go, "Who are you? Wait, your shoes are the same." "Oh no." And the kid who has the mark on their neck like looks at you and looks down. And they pull their collar down and they go, "He came back." And everyone starts cheering and chanting. But you can continue with your speech.
Bob's probably like taken aback by that and emotionally doesn't say anything else.
Okay. A bunch of the kids start hugging you. Your mom is flying, levitating, and hugging you. Everyone is stunned and shocked. Mork steps forward and goes, "Yeah, well, I think that's probably cause enough for a revote, I think." Right? That's one of the things I put into the charter, a few years back, because it seemed pretty neutral. So anyway, and he just takes all the votes and he dumps them on the ground, stomps on them a few times, and he goes, so we're going to do a do-over because this is a lot of new information and I would love a chance to talk to you all about it. Okay? What do we think about that? Everyone's freaking out.
Was he the one who gave us the potions, or was it?
It was Fumer.
No,
Okay,
Fumer
he's
didn't.
checking.
It looks like Fumer prepared for this.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mork starts to inform people that they're going to do revote and stuff. Is there anything else you want to do in this moment before the revote starts?
Just want to say thanks to all of you for all your help. Now that I know my sister's dead, at least I'm happy I got to say goodbye and avenge her death, so thank you.
And she was an amazing hero.
Thank you.
Very worthy. I used to think the rich and the poor were divided, and the rich were awful, and the poor were just trying to live. But I realized we're all just trying to live together, and we can. Look at us.
As this happens, your mom comes over and kind of grabs you by the arm, and she just says, "When you said he said that you spoke with her, you used the wand.
I did, Mom. Thank you so much for that.
What did she say? I know you probably have to keep your questions short, but
I asked her why. And do you know what she said, Mom? She said because she wanted me to see that there was more out there besides this train. She wanted to prove it. And to be honest with you, Mom, we saw some wild things. I may not say it aloud, but I do think we could live outside this train. And with the dragon dead, it seems way more reasonable.
she kind of nods and she says, I'm going to talk to some people, and then I'll be wherever you are. I just need a moment." And she runs off. She starts talking to Mork. Letitia kind of is looking at you and ruffling her hair, so confused, but seeing that you seem to be happy. And she says, Can I talk to Mork and the others?
Yeah.
Okay. And she floats over there and she starts to, they have a conversation. Blitz kind of walks over to you and kind of looks at you and says, seems like you did pretty, seems like you're good. You're good. You're good. You're murder.
Now that I know you weren't the one who killed Doo-Doo-P, I guess you're kind of okay yourself. As long as you make sure you stand up for both the rich and the poor.
We're that's a deal breaker.
I reach into my pocket.
All right. Yeah. So listen, I'm not gonna run. And Blitz just starts walking over to Mork as well, and he seems to be. They're having a big conversation about stuff. The kids are all yelling and screaming. Everybody is running to anyone who didn't hear, didn't see things, to go tell them what they saw. Your dad goes and looks at you and says, "A lot of people are going over and talking to Mork. I don't. There's nothing for me to really do. Are you hungry, or make you a sandwich?"
Yeah.
Yeah, make you a sandwich.
And as we head away, I'm like, I talked to a wild bush.
You? No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
There's all kinds of things
That's
alive
great.
out there. It's crazy.
Wow. All kinds of things alive. Wow, it's pretty. I wish Mom could have seen this. That's pretty good. And in this car with all these pictures of all of these people that you have lost before. It feels pretty good as you're walking out. A couple people pat you on the back. Get some thumbs up from people on the way out.
I give it back.
And it really feels like there's going to be a new life for you no matter where it takes place. And you bump into somebody.
I'm so sorry.
They go, "Oh, you're gonna be sorry about." Oh, hey, and it's the dishwasher that you were just training in. And
Alex.
Yeah. And they take off their apron and they go, so I don't know, I don't know if you're gonna need this back, but
I don't think I will.
Yeah, I like.
oh yeah, no, it's all good. I wanted it as a symbolic offering, just like in case you wanted. And I apologize. I didn't mean to eavesdrop on anything that was happening throughout today. Did you want to like? You keep. You know you can make paper with magic, right?
What?
Yeah, I've been working on it for a while, just like little cantrips and things, and I kind of thought that one wouldn't be that useful because I was thinking about it for pictures, and I am not a good drawer, and now I've realized that my life's a lot bigger and that I should... Honestly, while I was washing dishes, I thought about a lot of things I've been pushing down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a zen space, right? So...
Do you want to have lunch with us?
Oh, I wouldn't want to oppose.
No.
Come on. No, right?
He,
You sure?
He loves paper.
This guy likes paper?
Yeah.
And your dad goes, I'm really good at making paper. Yes, the orc kind of goes, oh yeah. And they start talking about paper.
And I go,
Yeah.
guys, I got a couple coins. I'm just saying, we might be able to get a couple beers to celebrate.
I actually know the bartender that's working right now, so I say we get a little drunk.
So, if that sounds good to you, as you move this party to the bar car, a couple strange things happen. About 30-40 minutes later, Mork Gramblin shows up, and he says, so listen, you young folk, you're eating your sandwich, your dad's over there talking paper, and Mork goes, listen, young folks, so probably one of you's gonna be the conductor now. It's probably what's gonna happen. Everybody's pretty insistent. So a lot of people, mostly children, a lot of people think it should be you. A lot of people who like your mom are thinking it should be you. There's two guys who think it should be you, and they keep giggling about it. So I honestly gave them a talking to. I gave them a talking to. I didn't think that was appropriate. I think
No, that makes sense.
there's a lot ahead of you. A lot of great stuff. Okay? And then what was your
Big tumbleweed.
right TT. There actually are a surprising number of people. That guy Blitz was super into you being in charge for some reason. Yeah, he was like, oh, she loves poor people, and he said it sarcastically,
Guy.
but it felt like that to me was a good thing, right? Anyway, so if any of you at any moment were to make a speech of any kind, probably you'd get all the votes. Anywho, and he leaves. He seems now uninterested because he's like, not up to me what happens anymore. So,
I
you guys think?
I don't want to do it.
I had all of these pictures of glory in my head
Mhm.
when I was being inspired to fight the dragon, but sitting here in a bar cart with a nice fire in the hearth
Yeah.
and a couple of beers with my best friends that I have now
Yeah.
is the coolest thing that I
Mhm.
never thought would get to have again. And so I don't have any more desires to, for
Okay.
political power or anything.
As your dad's pipe smoke starts to kind of fill the bar cart, and he's like, sorry, and the orc goes, there's a spell. You can just, it's like using gust to just move the smoke away from everybody. Your dad goes, whoever gets elected, he kind of have ultimate power for like one executive order, so probably think about that. If there's anything you need to research or check out beforehand, now would probably be a good time to do it.
Well, if one of you did it, I really think we should make an effort to at least send a colony out back down south where it's warmer.
I found my sister and helped my healing, so I never intended to be a conductor or anything, so.
And I found out who killed my mentor. And I guess I now have a dad, so gotta work on that.
We all looked. Looked to Bob.
Well, I was trying to go back in time to change the future, but we already changed the future together. So I think my job is all about teaching students.
So
So
You tell me.
We could all endorse somebody.
I'm gonna go next to you know, Miss Candu Surefoot, you really have shown a lot of heroism and gusto with everything, and you really rose to the occasion. I think making sure that you are put in a position to have more responsibility will only make you grow more.
and I hold on to Candu's hands and like, you really could clean this place up. I know you can.
And I say, you may have burned all the books. She didn't ever burn the history. And now it's your turn.
I mean, if you guys think I can do it, you're the smartest people I know.
Well, you always will have us in your
Yeah.
camp and council, of course.
Okay, well, I already quit my job as a dishwasher, so.
That was quick. That was very ambitious. We just come back here to quit job. Okay.
So with that, before we move into this this election, this final stage, whether it happens today or whether it happens later, eventually you do a search of Fumer's living space, and you do find some items that you recognize are in Dudu P's handwriting
Oh.
Oh.
that seemed to have been from chronicling the various excretions of the people on the train.
Yeah.
He had been running some experiments to figure out what was going on with Frostrine and started to expose it to things, and it seemed to react positively to cold rather than negatively. And you can only assume that at some point, trying to get information about the last descent, Dudu's theory was brought to Fumer.
Oh.
So you assume that Dudu had figured out while being on the train that there was maybe a way to live off of it.
Got it.
And he had just told it to the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
And you also find Fumer had a secret stash of books that he had stolen from the library that had the most important elements of rebuilding a civilization, as well as chronicling the history of the northern kingdoms,
Nice.
attempting to destroy the past and the future.
What sort of 18-year-old knew all this?
21.
21-year-old.
Well, 22.
Yeah, 22 now.
Yeah, so I rally the troops and bring them up.
Mhm.
And I hold them in my hands.
Oh my god.
This is the truth.
We can rebuild civilization with this.
We could rebuild civilization with this. Sorry, you said that. I was excited.
And as you were looking at all these books and you take out, it was Building Elf-Esteem,
Boosting your elves.
Boosting Your Elf-Esteem. You kind of look through it and there is, this is one of those older books where you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have written that. And you see one of the lines has a cautionary tale about how sometimes elves, because of a long lifespan, or because of an expectedly long lifespan, can see other people as small or unimportant. And that, coupled with all of these things that were taken, make you think that maybe Fumer wanted to be special and finally had the chance and knew that if Belge made it on the train, it wouldn't be about him. Or at least he couldn't see how it could have been about both of them. And maybe he was planning in 1,000 years to emerge as this great leader. All these books. Doing it for himself and not for everyone else. And so Mork shows up and goes, well, have you all decided anybody gonna make a speech? No kidding. Okay, well, if you got the speaker,
Yeah.
you wanna maybe
Yeah.
say some nice stuff?
I have the stack of. Oh, or do we have to do it here? We've already moved around in time.
Yeah. A few hours have passed and no one has decided on a candidate until one of you guys kind of declares.
I call everyone into the library, former library.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to take the shelf that's not completely destroyed, and I put all these old books in them, and I stand next to them, and I talk to anybody who can fit
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
And I say, sometimes things get destroyed, and it seems like they're beyond repair, and we've messed up so badly we can't come back. But you can always rebuild. And I believe that we can make a new start again, down south where it's warmer. We've seen that the world is coming back. And I really believe that we should try again. It's time to try again. And vote for me if you want to. Think about it and weigh your options. And then if I come out on top, then consider voting for me, please.
And they kind of like nod. One person raises their hand in the back.
You.
Hey, so the dragon's dead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good enough for me. And they walk over to the orc from earlier, who had been washing dishes earlier. And he's like, voting slip. And the orc goes, yeah, I got you. Piece of paper appears. I do this every year, so it's weird that we didn't talk about this at some point. And he just starts making new slips for people to vote on.
Like, wow.
Some people ask you how you spell your name. Like, there's a couple of people who are like, oh, I remember Can't Do Surefoot. I always knew they'd be great at this. And they're like, everyone's getting on board. Do you all cast a vote?
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, the votes are tallied. Out of the 100, you receive 98. There is one vote for Blitz. One person abstains because voting is for bitches.
Yes, for bitches.
Hey, look, somebody was inspired. And with those 98 votes, everybody cheers. And in this library car, this beginning of a new world, one of them goes, great. So we should have asked you what your executive order was going to be beforehand, but it's done now. So you're in charge. What is the one thing you're going to decide that automatically becomes something that we have to do?
We will all, in a year's time, step off the train at the where's the southernmost point?
As in on your track?
Yeah.
You guys usually only ride the same track every year. There is a switch.
My executive order is to throw the switch and to go south, I'm assuming.
Head south in uncharted lands? We haven't been there in years.
South is where it's warmer, and that's where we should go.
South is where it's warmer, so that's where we should go. Somebody writes down the executive order, post it up in the library car. And they kind of look at each other and they go, wow. What a world. And as there is a round of applause, I have to give a round of applause to all of you. Excellent work. Great stuff, guys. This is where we will be ending our Icewinder train adventure. It is legally distinct from Snowpiercer. I had a wonderful time. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully there was some surprises for you.
Super fun.
It was a lot of fun. I hope there were some surprises and some laughs. Who knew we'd end up here? For anyone interested, please head on over, if you're not already there, to the Roleplay Grab Bag YouTube channel. And all of these wonderful people's social media, which you'll have seen flash up at various points. Please check them out as well. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.